whatever you want the name to be. So it'd be Recruit Pickle.
Recruit Sorasi and Recruit Underwood.
Okay,
And then you'll see it on the top left say name set.
It's slash key or backslash.
Oh, you are there now. Okay. I didn't see that. And all right, we're good. Excellent.
Apologize, I thought it was already in.
No problem at all, gents. It's just in case other squads.
If I got the text thing open, I can't use my push to talk key. Oopsie.
Yeah.
So it's forward slash or backslash, and then what?
Backslash set name space and then like Recruit Pickle.
Any trainings on Thursday though? There should be at least one more squad training at the same time. They might use a different server. They might use this one. It's up to them. But it's just a good habit to have.
Right, got it, thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll screw with that later.
Yeah, you're good. So it's... Oh, you're fine. We can go over it at the end there if you have time. Real quick. It's just... So it's backslash to open up chat, and then just set name, and then space. Recruit Pickle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry, it's confusing.
Setting the name,
Yep.
you have to do that.
Are you familiar with Bacon? Loadout Editor?
I've used it, but I'm not super familiar with it. Like, I've struggled through it.
Yeah, no worries. So, this box here, right behind you here?
Hold on. For some reason, I'm stuck on... Ah, there we go. Double tapped.
Your alt.
Yeah.
So the drop-down menu here, when you first look at it, if you scroll down one, you see Save Loadout.
Yep, did it.
You want to save it there, and what that does is if you go, if you get killed or you respawn, or you get kicked from the server, come back, you'll spawn with the kit that you last saved. Alright?
Great.
Yeah, and then you also have one in Bacon. If you go into Bacon and you go over to the right to the floppy disk, you'll have a bunch of empty slots. You can also save it there. That's kind of like the spot where you could build different kits and
that
save them for the
persists.
future.
That persists between sessions, right?
All of our servers, yep.
Yeah, excellent.
And then once you get that all good, just rally over to the south here by the desk.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer that question. I've got no experience with that.
Okay, are you active military or veteran?
No, I do.
Okay, and you've been in other Milson units before, I'm guessing.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Recruit Sorasi?
No military or law enforcement, but I had a family that was, and I've been in 2 different Milson groups.
Alright,
Sounds good.
Price, any luck getting in Discord there?
No, sorry.
Sound muted.
I'll be right back.
Thank you, recruits, for being patient. There's quite a few people in here, so thanks for waiting. Alright, Croots, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Everyone back? Cersei, you
Very
back?
good.
Yeah, I'm back.
Sarasi. Alright. We're going to get started. Welcome to day one of OSUT. On behalf of the UNHQ, One Station Unit Training serves as our foundational course for the U.S. Army and the 506 Infantry Regiment. Over the span of these 2 days, lasting 2 to 3 hours per class, you will receive detailed instructions on the fundamental skills essential for functioning as a rifleman. The acquired knowledge forms the basis for all future trainings in the 506. Structured with both classroom sessions and live fire exercises, OSUT emphasizes the importance of the soldiering skills required to be successful, and attentive note-taking. After completing your day 2, privates will be assigned a billet within the unit based on your desired MOS, billet availability, and operational times. So again, after day 2, or at the end of day 2, I'm going to assign you guys to a platoon based off which one you'd prefer. Either Saturdays or Sundays are main event days. Saturdays is Havoc 3, 3rd platoon, and Sundays is Havoc 1, 1st platoon for their main events. So I'll assign you to those, and then I'll go over what you have to do after you're assigned to that platoon on day 2. But just keep in mind which day you prefer. Some things to go over real quick. So in OSUT, we do uphold military decorum by addressing all present with proper rank courtesy, and we don't necessarily use C or Q in chat. What I'm going to have you guys do in here is if you have a question, just crouch at your desk. And I'll get to you either when I get to a section that I want to stop at, or I may just stop right away, whatever. But if you have a question, crouch. If you have to go away, or off comms, we call it, that's fine. I don't expect anyone to sit here for 3 hours straight without going to the bathroom, getting a drink, whatever. If you do have to go away, just say off comms and back away from your desk. And when you come back up to your desk. That way I know if I'm talking to somebody who's here or not. The 506 does prioritize realism, fostering an immersive environment. However, the course necessities, there it is, occasionally break immersion for teaching, referencing elements like keybinds and Armor Reforger as a video game. Recognize that breaking immersion is highly discouraged outside of OSUT. Stand by here. I'm going to get this recruit his kit real quick. Follow me here. Are you, Price? Recruit Price, right?
You forgot the set name there, Chief.
I cannot hear you.
I was doing Discord chat. Whoops.
You're good. There
Yeah,
you go. Okay.
it's me. Yep.
All right. So go ahead and throw your...
A set name, it works with the first letter capitalized. I didn't know that. I thought you had to keep it low caps, everything.
If it should work. Well,
you can leave the Discord.
As long as
nice.
You're doing anything above 2 letters, you're good. Special characters do sometimes not work as well.
Yeah, I think I have a specialist in my platoon, O'Neill, who has a little, what do you call it? Apostrophe? No, not really. Like a little mark between the O and the N, and that doesn't, the server does not like that.
If I know exactly what you're talking about, I just can't remember it.
All right, once again, gents, appreciate your patience while we get through this process. It's almost always only day 1 that takes this much effort getting everybody set up and ready for the class. On day 2, it is usual that everybody is set on the stated date and time, and we get on with the class straight away.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm guessing you're familiar with Bacon.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Just so you're aware, so the drop-down save loadout, that is going to save the kit you have on currently. So if you died or like respawned or got kicked from the server and came back, whatever kit you save there to that drop-down is what you'll spawn with.
The ones in Bacon are just kind of like, so you could build multiple kits and save them and have them ready to go if you fill in as a different billet or whatever it may be. All right?
Affirmative.
All right, and then you are your console, yes?
Yep.
Okay, do you know how to open your chat window in the top left?
Yeah, with bumper Y. Yep.
Okay, alright, so if you open that, and then you'll type SETNAME, set name, and then space, and then whatever you want it to be, so it'd be recruit,
Got it.
price.
Is it all lowercase?
Just an uppercase, the first letter.
S. Okay.
I believe it's case sensitive, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Should be good.
Alright, yep. Alright, just rally over here to these desks on the south here. We'll
Yeah.
go in here.
Good copy on that one.
Alright, thank you, recruits. Just continuing here real quick where I was. So also consider the substantial commitment of man hours within the 506 from the task force operations planned and executed by unit staff to instructor preparations. Show respect for this investment and time of every member involved in this unique immersive experience. To thrive here, genuine investment is crucial. If you are not fully committed, your tenure will be brief, impacting the enjoyment of those around you. Next, we'll start with introduction. So I am Staff Sergeant Henderson. I've been in the unit for, it'll be about 2 years here in January. Currently, my primary billet is 19th Air Support Operations Squadron, call sign Dagger. I am currently the uniform of that two-man group, and I essentially just talk to air assets. Before I was that, I was Havoc 3-2 Bravo's fire team leader for, I want to say, about 6 to 8 months around there. And then before that, I was Havoc 3-2 Bravo's rifleman. And I also have secondary billet here in S3 as an instructor. And that's pretty much all I got so far. Lieutenant Lee, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thanks, Sergeant Henderson. My name is Lieutenant J. Nam Lee. My primary combat billet is the 3rd Platoon's platoon leader. I've been in the unit for a bit more than 8 years at this point, actually. I just crossed 8 years a little bit ago. I didn't even notice. I am also holding a couple of staff billets. The first one is S2 Intelligence Officer in Charge. I'm basically in charge of, first of all, public affairs, and then intelligence, all of the deployment news and intel reports, as well as any joint coordination with other units. And then I'm also S3 training instructor, which is why I'm here with you today.
Thank you, Lieutenant Lee. Yep, and so you'll notice, I think, well, other than Chief here, well, no, Chief has some too, I believe. We do have secondary billets, which is just more like there's various ones within unit staff to do many different things. So if you guys have extra time and it's something that you want to do, there's plenty of stuff to do around here. So, Chief Woods, would you like to introduce yourself? I know you're just kind of stalking the recruits over there, but...
I'll do that. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. As he mentioned already, I am Chief Woods. I am primarily a pilot in Alpha Section Delta Company. I'm actually the section lead there, and I'm also a section lead of S1, which is our back-end paperwork stuff. Thanks, Sergeant.
Thanks, Chief. All right, moving on here. So next we have our mission. So at its core, we are a realism unit and a role-playing unit. We strive to promote an immersive and professional environment for members to role-play in by providing a unique and structured military experience. When in-game, members are expected to act as if they are on a foreign battlefield or in a domestic training environment. For these reasons, the minimum age to join the 506 is 18 years old. The goal of our unit is always to balance realism with fun. If members are not enjoying the experience, then there's no point in the unit existing. When there comes a point which the decision has been between the two has to be made, We always have to remember this is a game, and we are here for entertainment, and we may from time to time err on the side of fun. You don't know when those moments are, right? There's a time where we mess around, and there's a time where we keep the realism up. I would say keeping realism is one of our bigger things, right? So if you're not, it's something usually you're going to get hype or what's the word I want to say harshed on about, but that's not harped on. There we go, about.
Off comms.
Copy. Next, just a brief history. So the 506 Infantry Realism Unit, can't talk today, was founded in late 2014 by former members of the 15th MEU Realism Unit. Many of our members are veterans and active duty military from all around the world. The primary focus of the unit is a light infantry combat and reforger, utilizing real-life tactics, techniques, protocols, and communications. The core of the unit is based around a light infantry platoon task forces with a small amount of supporting assets. While our history as a unit is important, it is also important to know the history of those that we portray, the Real 101st Airborne Division and the 506 Infantry Regiment. Next, just a brief thing on policies and procedures. We'll kind of go over just a touch of them later. But our unit does have a set of policies and procedures as well as common sense. These policies and procedures enable us to control discipline within the community and keep up our realism aspects. You guys will have access to those on the forum after your day 2. Your platoon usually links them to you, so you can read those and just make sure that you know most of the thing. A lot of it does fall around common sense, right? We're all here to play a video game at the end of the day, and we're here because we enjoy playing it as realistic as possible, right? So if you're not, then you're ruining everybody else's fun. You're probably gonna get in trouble. All right, makes sense? Pretty common sense stuff, right? Next, I'm going to talk about MOS and billets. So your MOS is your military occupational specialty. It's what you're qualified to do. For example, the MOS of 11 or infantryman is an 11 Bravo. As a member of the unit, you can hold various MOSs, but only hold one MOS at a time. I.e., if you're an infantryman, you cannot fly even if you're qualified to. You can, however, easily transfer to aviation and fly. So what that's saying is, let's say Chief Woods here, right? He's one of our deco pilots, so he can fly all of our rotary asset platforms, right? Let's say he wants to, all of a sudden, one task force just join the ground, which actually that's a poor example because Chief could, but he would not be able to just, actually, yeah, he would. I'm sorry, that's a poor example. All right, let's say recruit Rick Hart, right? He starts out as a rifleman, and he wants to become a deco pilot, right? He can easily take the training course after he applies for it, and if he passes, and then become a pilot, and then from there, that is his primary MOS. He can no longer hold the MOS of an 11 Bravo, okay? But he's always qualified to be an 11 Bravo, so he could fill in as one whenever he wanted. Confused myself there, apologies. And then next we have a billet. So the billet is what slot you fill in the roster. Each billet has a role, rank, and MOS attached to it. For example, to be an infantry squad leader, you must hold the 11 Bravo MOS, right? So Chief couldn't be a infantry squad leader, right? You can also be in the slot if you're at least a corporal and can achieve a maximum rank of staff sergeant. You cannot hold 2 primary billets at the same time. However, you can hold a primary billet and a number of secondary billets. Secondary billets are those found in the unit staff, kind of like the ones me and Lieutenant Lee and Chief all have. You guys will have access to those again after your day 2 if it's something that interests you. Somebody asked earlier just to touch on it. So we use a time and grade system for rank. So each week that you're a part of an active member of the unit, you get a set amount of points. Those points accumulate till you hit the next rank cap per se, right? So from after your day 2, you guys will become PV2s. And then after PV2, you would go to PFC, which is private first class. It takes about 45 days to get to that from your day 2. And then it goes up more and more right as you rank up. Question? Go ahead.
So who keeps track of the points?
S1, our unit staff does.
And so on the 45 days, is that like every single day if you're just a part of the team, or do you have actually doing ops and trainings.
So yeah, so it's just primarily for being an active unit member. You get those. So if you were to take, let's say, an LOA, which is a leave of absence, I want to say during that time you would not accumulate points towards your next rank. But if you're here and you're active, you'll just get a set. I think it's like 2 a week starting out, if I'm not mistaken, and those just kind of build up until you hit the next rank. And then once you hit it, they will. We do it on our briefings. They'll announce that you ranked up, and you can change your name and stuff like that.
10-4.
All right. So stand by 1 sec here. Yeah, so Recruit Brown is in Discord with me here still. He asked, do certain ranks have certain requirements to get? And yes, certain ranks have certain things you have to do. We have, like, I want to say from corporal, or to get from a specialist to a corporal, you have to be a team leader. All right, and then once you are a team leader, you have to take your, I want to say it's your double WLCs. And that is pretty much just like a guide through some things, and you just do that with usually one of your chain of command uppers. They just go over it with you, make sure you understand what it is, and then you get like certified per se in that, and then you are able to become a corporal. All right, and if you're not tracking, so if you are not a team leader and you hit the rank of specialist, you'll stay a specialist. If you're a team leader, you become a corporal, right? So they are essentially both the same rank. It's just because you're a team leader, you're now considered a corporal rather than a specialist. All right, some other common military courtesies. So addressing, so during all unit functions, common military courtesies must be followed. This includes and starts with calling personnel by their ranks and last name. When addressing a PV1 or a PV2, you can simply address them as private and their last name. And then private first classes are usually just addressed as private as well and their last name. Or you can call them PFC, but most people call them privates. Sergeants, staff sergeants, and sergeant first classes can all be addressed as sergeant and their last name. And then master sergeants, first sergeants, and sergeant majors are all addressed by their rank. And you guys will kind of pick up on fairly quick if you're not familiar with that. There's very few people that you have to be specific about, right? Like Lieutenant Lee, you don't have to call him First Lieutenant Lee, which I actually get to that section next year, but you don't have to call him First Lieutenant Lee, you can just call him Lieutenant Lee. All right. You have some, Chief.
I was just asking, wondering if you had something for me.
Oh, you're good. Apologies, I'm talking to Recruit Brown in Discord. All right, sorry, I was answering a question there in Discord. So next we have warrant officers. So warrant officers can be addressed as Mr. or Mrs. in their last name. If the warrant officer is a rank of Chief Warrant Officer 2 or higher, they can be addressed as Chief in their last name, aka Chief, right there, because he's above Chief Warrant Officer 2, right? Officers are also addressed by their rank and last name. Both second lieutenants and first lieutenants can be just addressed as lieutenants and their last name. Okay. Next, we're going to touch on uniforms. So all militaries around the world have a standard of dress. Excuse me. This makes them look professional when in uniform. There are certain limitations as to what you can and cannot do while in uniform. Do not do anything that would tarnish the 506. Now, as far as each MOS and billets allowed specific things for each kit, right? After you get your MOS and billet, your platoon will give you what you're allowed to have gear-wise. We do limit things, right? So that, you know, Joe Smo doesn't have 2 machine guns and a rocket launcher on his back, right? So we do have certain limitations, and you'll get those. You are allowed to change a few things on your own. There's a few, you know, you can change like your sights on your weapon. There's a few that we don't allow that are in there. Most like the thermal stuff, right? You're not going to have as a rifleman. And certain, like, you're not going to have a sniper scope, right? 8 times on your M7. But you can change a couple of them and make sure that it's good to go. And you should be all good. As far as character customization, there isn't a lot really you can do. Helmets, you know, chest rigs, backpacks. There's a couple different variations backpacks you can use right now. We are working on getting, or trying to get approved for shoot. You remember that mod, Chief, that everyone's using for the gear?
Say again.
The mod that everyone's using to change the gear now. The one that we just got. GRS, yes, GRS mod that has some more customization and stuff like that. So if that gets approved, we will use that. Go ahead and recruit price.
It was more so to help you out with the mod, but it was GRS, Staff Sergeant.
Oh, copy. Thank you.
Yep.
I blanked
You're
on
welcome.
it there. Yep. So hopefully that gets approved. It was sent up the chain last I heard, so we'll see here in the next couple weeks probably if it comes down or not. All right, just to go over it, we don't really do this very often, but just so you guys are aware, if we ever bring a room to attention, so during unit functions, if an officer enters the room, the senior-most person shall call room attention. This not only shows respect for the officer's rank, but it also allows them to pass any information quickly. This does not apply if there's already a higher-ranking officer in the room. Like I said, we don't really do that, so don't have to worry about that really. Brief thing on discipline here. So as does our military, our unit has a disciplinary policy, kind of like I said earlier, right? The disciplinary policy allows us to enforce policies and procedures that make our unit work. Discipline can range from being spoken to being punished by removal of rank, to being removed from the unit as a whole. As you get more acquainted with the unit, the disciplinary policy can be found on the forums. Again, after your D2, you'll have access to those. Again, it falls back on common sense, right? Don't be a jackass all the time. All right, next we're going to touch on the forums, the Discord, and the TeamSpeak. So the forums, the Discord, and the unit's TeamSpeak are all part of our communication system. Excuse me. Do not edit your profile in any way on the forum. This is taken care of by S1 personnel. Discord usually will auto-update its name. Takes it like a few days usually, so you don't usually have to change your name on Discord. A bot will do that. The only place you have to worry about changing it is TeamSpeak. All right. And then also once we in game as well, right? You have to set your name every time you spawn in. In any of our chat rooms, there's no porn, advertising, political comments or discussion, racist remarks or trolling. Those are for all three, right? Remember that text can be taken way out of context. Do not hold debates in public areas, and you use sound judgment. We all kind of know what the world's like and all the shit that's going on. You know, we're here to play a video game. We're not here to care what side you fall on for this or that. If you're going to be talking about that stuff, do it in a private room with your buddies, not in our chat rooms. Everybody tracking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Copy.
Tracking.
Yes, sir.
Tracking.
Good shit. I think I almost had everybody answer there. All right. All right. So some other things just to be aware of. So we do have a zero tolerance policy on cheating or hacking. Our official unit servers are for private gameplay. Do not bring anyone who is not in the unit onto the said servers or release any passwords. You'll notice when I gave you guys the password, I typed it all to you. I never said it out loud. A lot of our community streams, and they may not always announce when they're streaming. Therefore, if anyone ever asks you for the password, make it a force of habit just to type it to them. Okay? Do not post in the global chat room of TeamSpeak. So if you look at your TeamSpeak, phone guys, I know it's probably a little weird, but in the bottom left, you should see like the 506 Infantry Regiment chat, and then next to it, you should have like Classroom 3 chat. If you type in that 506 one, it'll ping everybody in TeamSpeak, and if you do it enough, I can promise you somebody's going to come up and yell at you for pinging them 6 times. All right, so if you click on the classroom, excuse me, the Classroom 3 one, it'll type only to the people in that room. And finally, just use sound judgment with things. There was one more thing I was going to touch on with that section. I can't recall. Oh, yeah, that brings me back to it. So we are a strictly PvE unit. We don't do any PvP. And we don't tolerate PvP on each other, okay? Especially on our official servers. Next, we're going to get into the unit structure. So starting off with the top, the unit, right, as a whole. The unit as a whole is made up of 1 infantry company with mortars, a special forces group, a rotary section, and a fixed wing section. The unit is governed by a unit HQ. Unit HQ team is made up of a unit HQ leader, a CO, an XO, and a first sergeant. However, other members may be appointed additional unit HQ members or as advisors. So our current company HQ is Captain Drumheller, which is Jester 814. If you guys don't know who he is, he's one of our founding members of the unit. He's also our more popular streamer, right? I'm sure there's a few of you here that have watched him before.
Affirmative. Off comms. My earbuds needed to charge.
Copy. What do you say he needed to charge?
I think he said his buzz.
His buzz. Okay.
Earbuds.
Oh, earbuds. Okay, copy.
Yeah.
All right. We also have Captain McCoy, First Sergeant Rainey, and Sergeant First Class Mitchell as our company HQ currently. So just know if you see any of those guys, make sure you act super, super good, right? Next, you got a company. So the core of our unit revolves around a air assault infantry company, Alpha Company call sign Havoc. The company is led by the company commander, the CO. The company commander oversees the entire company and determines its direction. Underneath the company commander is the company executive officer, the XO. The XO is second in command of the company and oversees the day-to-day operations of the company. Lastly, each company has a first sergeant. The first sergeant represents all listed personnel in the company and acts as an advisor to the CO and the XO. And each company is led up to 3 infantry platoons. Currently, we have 2 infantry platoons, right? We have 1st and 3rd, Saturdays, Sundays, right? We are getting ready to open up our 2nd platoon fairly soon. Once they open up, I believe they're going to be Sunday days for main events. But that's going to open up a whole new, list of open MOS billets, right? We're going to need all the way from a rifleman all the way up to a platoon. Well, I think they might have a platoon leader, but we're going to need, team leaders, squad leaders, weapons team members, pilots, Dagger, which is JTACs, and all that stuff, right? So if you don't get necessarily the thing you're looking for after day 2 this time, or day 2 Thursday, it may open up here shortly, and you have a chance to apply for it and get it, right? with that being said, also a note, I'm going to go over our, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Our assets that we use, right? So Deco, Havoc 4 mortars, JTACs, stuff like that. We're going to go over those here in a bit. But some of those do have rank requirements before you can apply. And as far as everything goes in the unit, spots come and go quite a lot, right? Shit happens in people's lives, so if you don't get something this time or the next, if you hang around long enough, you're bound to get it eventually, other than like maybe 1 or 2 spots that are usually, you know, for members that have been here for a long while. All right, so next we're going to talk about the platoon. So a platoon is made up of approximately 40 individuals. Platoons are the most basic sized element to accomplish a mission. Each platoon is made up of 5 parts. So you have the platoon headquarters, you have 3 rifle squads, and you have a weapon squad. The platoon headquarters is similar to the company headquarters. The platoon headquarters is made up of a platoon leader, a PL, the officer who leads the platoon, and the platoon sergeant. He's usually the most senior enlisted soldier. And the platoon medic, the senior combat medic. The platoon leader, platoon sergeant, and the platoon medic make up the platoon leadership team. And then under that, you have the rifle squads. So you have 3 rifle squads in a platoon. You have the platoon platoon headquarters, right, in charge of the 3 rifle squads and the weapon squad. And then you have a company headquarters that's in charge of everyone, right? You know, pretty much. And then you have the rifle squad. So the rifle squad is the basic building block to an infantry platoon. A rifle squad is led by a squad leader. The squad leader is an experienced infantryman holding the minimum rank of corporal and is an expert in small unit tactics. The purpose of the rifle squad is to maneuver around the enemy and destroy them. Each rifle squad consists of 2 fire teams. So let's say you after day 2 you want to go be a rifleman. You'll be a rifleman and a fire team. You'll have 3 other people with you. One of them's a team leader. So you have a team leader, and then you'll have 3 buddies with you that all have different billets, right? So you'll have your fire team, you'll have another fire team, and then you'll have a squad leader. And you guys make up a squad. You'll have 3 squads, and then you'll have also a weapons squad with you. And that is the platoon leadership, and that's the pretty much entirety of the platoon right there. Touching on the the weapon squads. So the weapon squad is always the 4th squad in the infantry platoon. The weapon squad is led by a weapon squad leader, sometimes called a weasel. He, like the rifle squad counterparts, is an expert in small unit tactics. They employ 2 types of weapon systems, however, the infantry squads do not. I, for the life of me, can't remember the new versions of that they use, but pretty much they carry the big machine gun, right, and they carry the M4 Mauls. Which is a reloadable anti-tank weapon. We are, I think I told a couple of you earlier, we are using next-gen weapons in the unit, so most of us are carrying M7 Spears, other than the automatic riflemen. They have the AR version of the new gen weapons, and then the weapon squads obviously have their own machine gun of the next-gen weapons. And then finally, we also have a fire team. So the fire team is the most basic maneuver element in the Army. Each fire team has a fire team leader, an automatic rifleman, a grenadier, and a rifleman. And then you do have a fire team leader as well, right? He is the first level of leadership in the Army. He is responsible for the fire discipline and control of his fire team, and for the condition care and the economical use of his weapons and equipment. Normally, he is close enough to the automatic rifleman to exercise effective fire control over the weapon. Next, a brief thing about our aviation section. So our aviation section provides our helicopter and A-10 support for our missions. These members of the unit are integral to the function of the unit, as we are an air assault unit. While these units in real life are not a part of the 506, we attach them directly for support. We do also have Delta Company 5th Battalion 101st Aviation Regiment, called DECO. These are our rotary assets. They are cross-qualified to fly all of our rotary assets, and they do have their own training course after the 2 days of OSA to take. Also, we have a 74 Squadron detachment, the 23rd Wing, Fixed Wing. The 74th Squadron is home to our pilots who fly the A-10 Thunderbolt. While these pilots are, again, not a part of the 506 or Army, they are Air Force. They are attached for the heavy anti-armor support they bring, and they do have their own training course after OSUT. If you guys look to your right, you'll see Chief Woods there. He does have the, is that the
250.
250? So that's the AR's next-gen weapon there. All right. Thank you, Chief. Send it. So Recruit Brown asked if the platoon medic is the only medic. No, we have medics in each of our squads. So in total, there's 5 medics in each platoon, and that's due to the amount of contact we take is that much more common than a real a real unit would, or a real platoon. So we use those as kind of like an extra spot, right, to give more spots to have, and also so people have stuff to do. All right, so next we're going to talk about our sporting assets. So much like our aviation, our unit also employs a number of sporting assets that are not a part of the 506 in real life, aside from mortars. These elements are designed in a way to be mission specific, and they are employed where the infantry platoons would not be able to accomplish their mission without them. So first off, you have mortars, which is Havoc 4 for us. Each company has a mortar section. Our mortars offer indirect fire capabilities to our platoons. These mortars allow our units to breach heavily defended and entrenched enemies better while leaving the enemy no place to hide. Upon completion of OSUT, they have their own training course after. We are currently working on a mod to get mortars in. So currently Havoc 4 is not open, but they are damn close because we have been testing them in our task force events. So I can't imagine they're going to be closed much longer. Next, we have the 19th Air Support Operations Squadron. So the 19th Air Support Operations Squadron is the company attached to the United States Air Force Tactical Air Control Party, often just referred to as their call sign Dagger, or simply as a TAC-P. So our JTACs make calls for fire and relay the task force commander's intent to our supporting assets, as well as providing a UAV to maintain accurate and consistent reconnaissance directly to the task force commander. And finally, we have ODA 5221 Bravo Company, 2nd Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group. This is what Captain Drumheller, which is Jester, he is in charge of this, the Special Forces Group. Their call sign is Stalker, and their Special Forces detachment attached to the 506 Infantry Regiment. They specialize in HVT, kill capture, special reconnaissance, and demolition. And when not performing these missions, they integrate with the task force as a supporting asset. All right, any questions before I move on to the next section? Go ahead, Recruit Underwood.
I heard there's an engineering element. Could you explain about it a little bit?
So we don't currently have one. They used to have one in Arma 3. I'm not sure if that's being planned on being reopened, but currently it's not in.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, any other takers? All right, moving on. So next we're going to talk about the 5 soldier skills. So OSUT will cover a wide variety of topics as they relate to the skills necessary of all infantrymen. The 5 soldier skills are shoot, move, communicate, survive, and sustain. Shoot, move, communicate, survive, sustain. All right, next we're going to talk about radio communications. So on the fucking English, man. Contemporary battlefield. I can't say that word right now. Mobility stands as a cornerstone for success. Effective communications is essential to the support of combat forces' constant movement, a critical element for both survival and engaging the enemy. The ANPRC 152 Alpha personal radio takes center stage as the primary communication tool that we use, serving vital functions such as command coordination, fire control, strategic information exchange, administration, and unit liaison. A strategically proficient military force understands the significance of a robust communications network in achieving its mission's objectives. So, just so everyone's aware, consoles, if you push G, George, that opens up a radio menu. You should have 2 channels there, channel 1, channel 2. Console, it should be left bumper X. Let me know when you guys get that open.
It's open.
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 Sorry, can you repeat that, please? I had a problem.
You're good. It's G, George, for PC, or left bumper and X, it should be for console. I have the legacy controls, I believe, mapped. I don't have new ones, so it might be different for you. Alright. Recruit Pickle, did you get yours open?
Yep.
Okay, Recruit James, you get yours? Recruit James?
Yeah, my shit was muted. I got it.
Good. Okay, cool. Alright, so I know this is pretty basic for some, but we go over it just to ensure everyone's on the same page. Right? So, when you're looking at that, right, you have channel 1, channel 2. My channel 1's on top, yours might be on bottom. It kind of changes. But you should be able to hover over that channel. PC, you just move your mouse to it. You can scroll wheel, that changes the net. Console, I think it's...
It's up and down on D-pad while holding
down
right bumper.
Use your left stick, right, to select which channel to go to.
Apologies, Staff Sergeant. Yeah, it's correct on that one. Yep.
Okay, alright, thank you. Yep, so you do that, and you'll see the little microphone next to the channel that you're currently selected on. That's next to channel there, lights up. Also, when you talk on it, it tells you on the left side of your screen what channel you're actually queued up on. For today, let's change our channel 1 to 3.6 and our channel 2 to 4.0. We're going to do radio checks, but not at the moment here. Just get those nets set. Let me know when you got them.
You said second channel 442?
Channel 1 is going to be 3.6 and channel 2 4.0.
Yep. Yeah, happy. Set.
Set.
Okay.
Set.
Cool. Alright, before we do radio checks, we're going to talk about the NATO phonetic alphabet and digits. I'm hearing myself somewhere. Apologies, our last recruit just joined here, so once he gets in, I'm going to get him his kit.
Staff Sergeant, do you want me to drop mine? I have my kit saved in Bacon.
No, it's okay, because I'm going to walk him through how to set his name and shit real quick, too, and walk him through the box, but thank you.
Solid copy.
While we're setting here, I'm going to send you guys a link real quick here on TS in the Classroom 3 section. It's just kind of like a cheat sheet. It more has day 2 stuff on it, but it's just good to look at. Has the NATO phonetic alphabet digits and the pro words, which we're about to go over.
Staff Sergeant, can you please DM me on Discord? I had to temporarily disconnect from TeamSpeak due to my earbuds and need to be charged.
Copy, was that Price? Yeah, stand by.
It's me, yes.
Off comes one mic.
Copy. You should have got it there. Everyone should have got it there. Alright, sorry about that. Brown,
Thank you, Staff Sergeant. I got it.
You just want to put all that stuff in the box there. Just throw all that stuff you got on there in the box there, so you don't get it mixed up here. Thank you. Alright, drop this here for you.
I have returned.
Copy, I'm just getting the last recruit.
Welcome back, Lieutenant Lee.
Thank you very much.
And then I'm guessing
You're welcome, sir.
Oh, seems like that's the last man here, huh? All right, excellent. Full class. Might have to expand this tent eventually, but not today.
One day.
Yep, one day, OT, one day.
It's happened before. We had an 11 people class before, and it was a fucking chaotic mess. But it was a lot of fun too.
11 people? Ooh, wee. That is something.
Our events get up to 70 people, so 11 people class is not unheard of, but it is very chaotic.
Also, I just set your name here, so you know how to open your chat in the top left there.
Whoops, that's not it.
You got it.
Hold on, man.
Can someone clue me in on where we are at on the class?
Phonetic
Radios.
and digits.
Radios.
Staff Sergeant wanted us to go over some phonetic alphabet.
Sounds good.
Chat window there, the top left.
Yes.
Okay, so if you type in there, set name, so SETNAME, and then space.
Oh, this is the first section that requires everybody to be in game as well, so good timing on that last recruit.
RCT.
Indeed, indeed.
And then enter, or whatever it is for you to exit out of the chat, and it should set it in game.
Set name, all one word.
A-firm, and then just a space after it before you start your name.
What does Captain Drum mean, Chief Woods? Do you know what he's saying?
Yeah, I believe he needs a name change or a verification. We'll deal with it after class.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, cool. Got it. Okay. Alright, just rally over here to one of the desks, and we'll keep going here. Just so you know, you do have to do that every time you join right now, the server. I think they're trying to work on a way to where it just saves it, but I'm not sure when that's going to be.
It does save, it's just not very reliable at the moment.
Oh, it does save it. Okay. Well, 50-50 whether it saves. I would just, safe bet is to just get used to doing it at the beginning until you get told otherwise. All right, so we're gonna talk through the NATO phonetic alphabet and digits real quick here. So all NATO forces, the U.S. included, use what's known as the NATO phonetic alphabet. It's a defined system of phonetically pronouncing letters and digits so as to ensure that even in the poorest communication conditions, it's understood. So starting off the alphabet, right, you have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. I'm not going to read through them all. Those ones are pretty common. I'm sure you've heard most of them. If you're not sure of one, if you just type in Google NATO phonetic alphabet, they'll pop up. They're also on that cheat sheet I sent you guys, so you can see them there as well. Next, we have digits. So the digits are 1, 2, tree. Instead of 3, it's tree, like a tree in the woods. And then 4, I always fuck up. 4 is like four. Four, yeah, that one always gets me. Instead of 5, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is niner, and then 0. Now with both the phonetic alphabet and the digits, it's not something that we necessarily are gonna require you to say, but it is something that we encourage you to learn, and that way you know it, and if that way somebody says it to you, you understand what they're saying. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
Thanks, Staff Sergeant. 99% of the time, we're just going to ask you to pronounce 3 and 9 differently on the radio, so that becomes 3 and 9er. If you say four or 5 on the radio, you might get made fun of as a radio boomer. That's it.
Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. Yeah. So it's just something, again, that, yeah, like Lieutenant Lee said, that we kind of encourage in certain ones. When we're communicating numbers equal to or greater than 10, we do say each digit individually. That is to ensure there's no confusion between numbers such as 115 and 150. So instead of saying 150, you would say 150. All right, just kind of spread it out. Now, something we're going to go over later is called the 3Ds. That's distance, direction, and description. That's our basic call out on contact, stuff like that. Most of the time, the guys will call out the direction as each individual digit, and then they'll call out the distance as one whole, right? So it'd be like, I got a fire team bearing 240 at approximately 100 meters, right? And that's just kind of to make it quick as possible. If you want to, do 100 meters, that's perfectly okay too. All right, next we're going to talk about the pro words. So in radio communication, pro words are essential. They are assigned words with specific meanings to facilitate informational flow. Understanding these terms is vital to prevent misunderstandings and ensure seamless communication. I'm pretty sure these are, like I said earlier, on that cheat sheet, so I'm going to go through them here real quick. Pretty quick. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
You want to give the new handbook a shot? I think the new definitions should be easier to understand.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know those were in there. Yeah, stand by. Okay, we'll have to make sure we get the recruit handbook updated as well then, when they do this. So the definitions I'm saying are or the meanings for the pro words are gonna be a little different than what you guys have, but in all it should essentially be the same thing, right? The same meaning at the end of the day. So for any station, meaning is anyone on this net that can hear or that can answer this traffic or should pay attention to this transmission. Most of the time you're going to be saying that when you're conducting radio checks. Next you have this is. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I just fucking misclicked.
Okay. Next you have this is. The person who's transmitting is identifying him or herself. You're going to use this is every time you talk on the radio. All right. We'll go over the steps to that here after we get through the pro words. Next you have affirmative, negative. Yes, no, right. Next you have correct. Just means that the information that was transmitted is correct. Correction. It means I have made an error in my previous transmission, and this transmission will issue a correction of that error. You're just correcting yourself. Disregard. The previous transmission was an error or is no longer relevant. Ignore it. Next, this one's important. Repeat. It's used to communicate to standoff-friendly assets to execute their previous fire mission again, not to be used in the place of say again. So if you didn't hear what somebody said, instead of saying repeat, you'll say again, which just means the previous transmission was not properly transmitted or received. It must be relayed again. So as from my OSAT instructor to you, take repeat out of your vocabulary, because if anyone hears you say it outside of the billets that are able to say it, you're gonna get your ass chewed out.
Recruit Price, you doing all right back there?
Sorry. I think that was. I talked to my. Yeah, no, I talked my controls over to Legacy, trying to like remember them. My bad. Okay.
You're good.
It is right D-pad and A to holster that weapon.
Copy.
Give it a shot. The right D-pad and A if you're on Xbox. Are you on Xbox?
You might be.
Affirmative.
New controls.
No, I'm back on the old controls, so I need to remember how I was on old.
Also, if you guys have it, the rifle should be on the, if you look at your inventory, the rifle should be on the left side and the AT stick should be on the right. That way, console guys mostly, when you hit your button to pull out your stuff, it'll pull out the rifle first and not your AT stick. So you don't actually accidentally pull that out and need your rifle.
Okay, there we go. Fixed. Apologies.
Oh, good. All right. So next is read back. So the receiver must relay the entirety of the previous transmission back to the transmitter. It's usually just used to make sure that you understood what I said to you, or vice versa, right? Make sure you got the full transmission. Next, you have all before, all after. To be used in conjunction with one or one of the two above pro words refers to a specific word within the transmission from which the pro word will take effect. So if I was talking on the radio and you heard me say, move 300 meters to the straight north, but for whatever reason you heard after move, you couldn't hear me, you would say, can you say again all after move? All right, and then I would say, okay, he heard me up to this point, I need to say again all the rest after. And then it's just vice versa for the other way, right? If you heard the end of it, but you need the beginning, so you would say all before. Next, you have break. It just indicates a short pause in the transmission. Usually it's used when you're giving a lot of information or information to different people. You can use that as kind of like a breaking point to catch your thoughts for a second or your breath, and then start up again. More to follow just means that you have additional transmission on the same topic and will continue after a pause, kind of like break, but usually you can take a little bit longer of a pause afterwards. And it means that you have obviously more information to come. Next you have over and out. So over means a transmission is ending and a response is expected. Okay. Another one that you're going to use every time you talk on the radio. Out is also something you're going to use pretty much often, every time you talk on the radio, every so often. It means a transmission is ending and no response is expected. Another transmitter may begin a new conversation. Then you have wait over, wait out. Wait over just means I need a few seconds, kind of like break, but usually wait over is going to be a little longer than a break would. And then wait out is going to be, the longer of break or wait over. Usually if you're going to be a few minutes. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
Thanks, Staff Sergeant Henderson. So a common misconception for the pro words over and then out is, first of all, you don't say over and out. That's a Hollywood thing, okay? It's either over or out, one of the two. And then second of all, you can say out if you began that conversation. It doesn't matter what the rank of the other person is if you're talking directly to me. For some reason, I don't know why a PV2 would be talking directly to me on the radio, but if you are, and you began that conversation, you get to say out when that conversation is over. That's it from me.
Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. I skipped over that. Next is break, break, break. So 3 breaks in a row. It means all current transmissions must cease immediately. So normally you're going to hear that if you just spotted a BTR coming over the hill and somebody's jackjawing on the radio, but you need to call out that BTR because it's about to come over and fuck you up, right? You'll say break, break, break. I got a BTR, and then call out your 3Ds. And everyone else, if you hear break, 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 you stop transmitting. Let the person that called it talk. They have important information to pass quickly. Next, you have priority emergency traffic. So it's reserved for important messages which must have precedence over routine traffic. This is the highest procedure or precedence, which normally may be assigned to a message of administrative nature. So usually it's going to be a platoon that's using priority or emergency traffic. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
Thanks, Sergeant Henderson. Sorry, I keep breaking in here.
Okay.
But and a good example, an easy example. If you hear break, break, break on the radio, somebody's about to die. If they don't listen to this radio traffic, somebody's about to fucking die. If you hear emergency traffic, that means if you don't pay attention to this piece of traffic, somebody's about to die in the next couple of minutes. A good example would be if there's a QRF coming, platoon HQ net is going to send down emergency or priority traffic, and then they'll say the convoy composition of that QRF. If you hear both pro words in a row, break, 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 and emergency traffic, that means somebody has died, and I'm about to do paperwork for it. That's it from me.
Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. Good description there. All right. Next, you got silence. Silence lifted. So silence is all communications must cease, radio and local talk. So typically, we're going to use those when we're doing ambushes. If you guys aren't familiar, Reforger AI can hear you talk locally. So like how I'm talking now. If they hear you, they will come over and investigate, and then when they see you, they'll start shooting at you. You know, AI being AI, if you're hiding behind a bush, they're probably going to see you before you see them. So just keep that in mind as well. Silence lifted is the opposite. All communications may now resume. If you get call or the call comes down to silence, you don't even have to reply to it. All right. You just shut up. And then you got Roger copy, just means I have received your last transmission satisfactorily. Usually you don't say Roger copy together, you'll say one or the other. And then finally you have Wilco. I have received your signal, understood it, and will comply to be used by the addressee. Since the meaning of Roger is included in that of Wilco, the two pro words are never used together, so you won't say Roger Wilco. Generally speaking, you're going to say Roger or copy or Wilco. You won't say usually any of those three together.
You say Roger Wilco if you want to piss me off or you're trying to be a smart ass.
Alright, some things we're going to do radio checks here in just a moment, but I got a couple more things I want to go over before we do them. So, just some things to keep in mind when you're transmitting. So, first off, you want to mentally compose a message before speaking. Second, you want to make sure that the frequency is clear and no one's transmitting on it before you start talking. Group Brown, you got a question? Or are you just messing with your things?
I pressed the button. Oh, I can't get rid of the...
Oh, your binos?
Or my radio channels.
Console guys, how do you get your binos away? If you wouldn't mind helping. Group Brown.
What control set are you using? Are you using Legacy or Modern?
Double tap up on the D-pad. Oh, everything's gone. Cool. My stuff's all.
I think he might have to close radio menu first.
Yeah, close your radio menu with Group Brown.
How does he do that? I don't think he knows the keybind.
Ooh,
just hit B.
Yeah, B, yeah.
B or circle. Hold down on D-pad to put away your binos, I think. There you go.
There you go.
Alright, cool.
So he must be on new. Alright.
This guy's an Xbox Pro over here.
I have taught enough classes with Xbox players.
I try to remember, but I remembered Legacy, and now I don't remember the new ones. So
yeah, I remember Legacy controls myself. So.
All right, thank you, recruits, for helping.
You're welcome, Staff Sergeant.
So, like I said, make sure nobody's talking on the radio. If they are talking, if it's of timely manner, right? That's where you use break, break, break. But if it's just standard traffic, wait for them to stop talking.
And wait for the pro word out.
Yeah, wait for you to hear the pro word out. And then you will push your primary transmit key. Make sure you wait about a second for that little thing to come up on the left side of your screen, right, to tell you you're talking on the radio. That's to ensure it doesn't cut you off before you start talking. Speak in a deliberate and clear voice. And then before you let go of the button, stop talking, give it about a second, and then let go. That way it doesn't cut the end of your traffic off. Because if you're real Johnny on the spot, you push it, and right as you push it, you start talking, it's going to cut you off. And if you let go right as you stop talking, it's probably going to cut the last word off. All right, so let's go over the scale real quick, actually. So, did you include, Lieutenant Lee, the scale? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, scroll up. Yeah.
All right. So, a radio check is a transmission asking for confirmation of signal strength and clarity. A radio check will be conducted during pre-combat checks, or PCCs, as well as when preparing for a mounted convoy operation. The receiving station of the radio check responds using a scale of 1 to 5, which indicates signal strength and clarity. As an example, a very strong transmission that is mostly garbled would be a 5/1, whereas a weak or very weak signal that is still readable would be a 1/4. A commonly or a perfect signal is a 5/5. Usually, this will be spoken as loud and clear, or as the abbreviated term Lima Charlie. So, radio checks are part of our pre-combat checks. Basically, to break this down, this whole section here, part of our pre-combat checks. You guys will be doing radio checks every time you spawn in at the start of a mission. Okay. You'll get your kits. You'll get your radio net set. You'll conduct your radio checks. Make sure your weapon is in the right condition, which we'll go over here in a bit. And then you'll be pretty much good to go once we step off. To break that scale down again, so the first one is indicating signal strength. The second one is indicating signal clarity. So if somebody's a 1/1, their signal strength is very weak, and their clarity is unreadable. A lot of times, this is going to be more referencing to like people's mics, right? So if somebody is just completely, you can't hear a fucking word they said, they're 1/1. We also have a bug. I want to say it's in like just base Reforger. If there's too many people talking around each other at the same time, people's voices will randomly get high pitched or low pitched. You could also say, you know, hey, you're 1/1. There's something in your throat, and then that lets them know to stop pushing the transmit key and give it a second, and then push it again, and it should go away. And then you have 2x2. It's weak signal strength, intermittently readable. Usually that's, you know, barely heard them. You could hear a couple words, but it was still pretty bad. 3x3 is fairly strong. You got a question, Brown? Go ahead. Group Brown.
It was my group price. It was regarding the high pitch or low pitch Ding Henderson for future reference. That is, from my previous unit, we had referred to that as Chipmunk and Demon. Chipmunk and Demon for the high pitch and low pitch.
Yeah, we have a couple people that. I'm sorry, we have a couple people that call it that to try to keep immersion as best as you could say as we can. We try to use that skill when we can, in a sense, right? Because it sounds
affirmative.
If you tell somebody they sound like a squirrel.
Yeah. Affirmative on that one. Just wanted to clarify for future reference.
All good. You at the bottom of that cheat sheet I gave you guys, there is some pro words, additional pro words we use for certain things. I think those might be in there as well. Some of the other terms we use.
It is.
All right. And then so 3x3 is a fairly strong signal strength and readable with difficulty clarity. 4x4 is strong signal strength and readable clarity, and a 5x5 is loud and clear, which is again usually what we'll say if you heard the person talking. Great, you could say they're a 5x5 or they're Lima Charlie, loud and clear. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
Thanks, Staff Sergeant. Something to keep in mind, gents. This is not a score out of 5. Okay, each of those numbers means a different thing. The first number is signal strength. The second number is signal clarity. It can be a 5x1, which means it's very loud, but it's unreadable, so it's fucking bursting your eardrums, but it's basically white noise. And then it can be a 1x5, which means it's very weak. You can barely hear it, but what you can hear is very easily understandable. That's it from me.
Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. Yep.
The next section, well, the previous section was supposed to be move, but we were waiting for the other recruits to get here so we can move back to section 7 now. You see what I'm referring to?
Hey, Firm, yeah, I was trying to find it real quick there. All right, recruits, let's head over to the field here to the northwest. Alright, give me 2 lines here. So shoulder to shoulder, do 4 in each line. So whoever's...
Let's just have one line. We have enough space.
Oh, true. Okay. 1 line, straight across, shoulder to shoulder, everyone.
A line is shoulder to shoulder, gents. You are forming a file. Let's see a line. Yep, everybody on a line. That's it. Very good.
There we go. Alright. Might want to give each other a little space. We're going to be doing some wiggling. Alright, so first off, we're just going to go through the basics since a few of you might be newer. So, you know, PC, you got your crouch, you got your prone, X, C, or X and Z. Consoles, I want to say that should be your right button, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
B.
B. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Or tap it if you're on Legacy or Pro.
Okay. Okay.
You can also hold A and crouch and get lower.
Oh, the incremental stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's next. So you can also do incremental up and down. For PC, it's hold left control and scroll wheel. For console, it should be hold A and is it your right stick up and down? Or your left stick?
Left stick.
Left stick.
I believe also need to be binded as well.
Okay, it might need to be binded if you haven't. Can be nice. Don't use it all the time. Me personally, but you can get kind of, you know, if the cover is a little awkward, you can get in some different positions there to kind of suit the cover. Next we have leaning, so you have your, you know, left, right. Console guys, I believe you have to have your rifle out to lean. I don't know, well, maybe not. But you got your leans. You also have your incremental leans. So for PC, it's hold left control and tap Q and E. And the nice thing about the incremental is you can actually let go of the buttons entirely, and it will stay there. So if you're on the corner for a really long time, you can get set like that and just let go so you don't tire your hands out. Console guys, you might have to bind that as well. That one I'll have to look at, or if one you want to look at it while we're standing here, that's fine.
You do have to bind for
help.
non-aimed lean. You have to bind it.
Okay.
If you have your rifle out, you can lean. You can.
I'd say typically, if you're leaning, you're gonna have your rifle in your hands. So I don't know how necessary it is to have it or bind without a weapon. Recruit Rick Hart, go ahead.
That might be.
Yeah, is there a way to reset your leaning if you're on PC?
Yeah, just tap the lean button again. So tap like your Q or E, and it should reset you. There you go. It also changes sides in third person. So if you are in third person, you lean to the left, your camera will go left. You want it to go back to the right, you just lean right. Alright. Next, we're going to talk about movement speed. So for PC, it's scroll wheel up and down to change your kind of walk speeds. Console is just how hard you push the left stick. Alright. Now, in the unit, we do use a set speed, right? So for PC guys, it's scroll wheel down twice, like each 2 clicks.
No, it's just the fastest speed you can maintain without losing stamina at the bottom right of your screen.
Hey, Firm, it's a little different, I think, on the OSAT variation, isn't it, though?
Well, that's the speed that we're going to be moving at because that's what the captain demands.
Oh, copy. Okay. So the speed at which you can walk and not lose stamina on the right is our patrol speed.
I have them test it out. Let them move to the opposite side of the course.
Yeah, go ahead and go across the course and adjust your speed. See where you start losing stamina to where you don't lose any and it regains.
As you might have noticed at the bottom right of your screen, your stamina bar drains as you jog. Right, it's very important that you keep this bar as full as you can, because once you reach the very bottom of that bar, your weapon sway is massively increased, among other things.
Sorry, copy. So, question: where would I go to set my walking speed, control-wise? I'm on Xbox for reference.
I think you just got to get used to pushing your left stick maybe halfway up and then keep it there. I don't think there's a way to set it permanently. Alright, now that we're here on the opposite side, I want you all to sprint back the way we came from. Shift on PC. On console, it is what?
Left
Everybody
stick
can
down,
sprint
I
out?
think.
Okay,
Just
good.
click left stick, I think.
As you might have noticed, as your stamina bar drains, your sprinting speed also slows down until you're basically jogging. Once again, very important as light infantry that we keep this stamina bar as high as we can so that when we do have to maneuver, we do it quickly. And if we have to stay put anywhere for any long periods of time, we're basically dead. Light infantry does not stay put for a very long.
Affirmative.
Alright, thanks, Lieutenant Lee. I'm just going through here. This is fairly newer stuff that Lieutenant Lee has got for us here, so I'm just trying to make sure. Also, when you're on the ground, proned out, you have your roles. That's Q and E on PC. Consoles, I don't have
It's
that
just
yet.
a stick and direction.
Stick and direction, okay. Alright, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, so 4 of you go over there, 4 of you stay here. Right, just split down the middle, so yep, from you 4 go to the left, you 4 go to the right. I'm gonna have you guys run the obstacle course. It's not a race. Just want you to go through, test the various speeds, and just run through the obstacle course. It's go to the outside and then come back through the middle. Alright, go ahead and begin whenever you're ready.
Recruit Kudnetsky, you here? I guess he stepped away.
Just run through the obstacle course there. Just go through the various speeds and stuff here. Make sure if you go off comms, try to let me know so that way I'm aware.
I'm having a headache. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're good. Okay.
My game is like bugged. I don't know.
You can also try rolling when you're doing the prone course. See which one is faster or more convenient for you. Then come back through the middle.
Yep.
Ready to go. You can also hold shift to sprint, kind of, up and down ladders. Hold sprint up and down ladders to climb them or go down them more quickly. Some ladders will require you to go prone or crouched to access or interact with the ladders, so keep that in mind. Very good. Then sprint back to the finish line.
I stayed on your heels this time.
You did. I tried going slow to see if I could keep the stamina up.
You guys can just go line up with them.
It didn't work.
Didn't work.
Very
Yeah,
good.
no, it didn't
It's also
work,
important
honestly.
to keep in mind, gents, that your equipment total weight also affects your movement speed. If you're 60 kilograms, your top speed is going to be pretty miserable. Ask the weapons guys how they feel about it. So it's very important that you keep your equipment weight below the stated limit. When you get assigned to your platoon, to your section, they will let you know about the loadout requirements. What's next? I think we go to radio checks next.
Hey, firm, yep. If you don't want to touch on any of the, like, how to work the PEC 16 or nothing.
No, let's save that for day 2.
Okay. Alright, so next we're going to break up into, well, no, actually we're not going to break up. We'll do that in day 2. I'm going to go through with Lieutenant Lee how to conduct a radio check. These are going to be the more drawn out, straightforward
We can
radio
split them
checks.
into 2 groups to do radio checks.
Okay. We'll split you up here in a sec. But the way that I want you guys to do this, like I said, is going to be kind of the most basic way. But I want to make sure that you guys have the basic understanding of how to do the radio check. And then once you get out to your squads and stuff like that, you might shorten them down and get some different, quicker ways of doing it. That's fine, you know, as long as your team leaders, squad leaders are okay with it. But for today, the way that I'm going to show you is the way I want you guys to do it. And we're going to do it again on day 2. Just to make sure that you guys are tracking the process of it, right, the order. So we're going to use a lot of the pro words here. So I'm going to start out.
First of all, change your first channel on your short-range radio to 3.6.
Oh, they
and then, they already did that?
Yeah, other than
right on.
The last recruit here that joined probably hasn't yet. Recruit Brown, right? Yeah, Recruit Brown. Change your channel 1 to 3.6 and your channel 2 to 4.0. If you need me to help you do that, just let me know.
If you're saying something, I can't understand you. One by one.
3.6 and 4.8, correct?
4.0 for channel 2.
4.0. I have them both set.
Copy. Okay. So I'm going to do one with Lieutenant Lee here, and I want you guys to listen to how I do it here, and listen to Lieutenant Lee's reply. Also, your hot mic in there, Group Brown. Forgot to change my nets after I grabbed my kit. Was I not transmitting there? Of course I wasn't.
No.
Any station this NAT. This is Henderson requesting a radio check on frequency 3.6. Over.
Henderson, this is Lee. I have the Lima Charlie on frequency 36.0. Over.
Take a mic out. Alright, so you'll notice there at the beginning, I don't know if anyone's on the net already. So I started out with any station this net. This is me, Henderson, and what I want. So I'm requesting a radio check and the frequency. I'm asking for it on frequency 3.6. That's because we want to make sure that that part's important, because some people have 3 or 4 radio channels they're on, and they may not be seeing which net is talking to them. So that's why we, during the radio checks, we'll say which net. That way they know which one to go to and reply on. So I said, any station this net, this is Henderson, requesting a radio check on frequency 3.6. And then I said over at the end, indicating I want to reply back from anybody that heard me. And then Lee answered. He said, Henderson, this is Lee, saying, saying, hey you, this is me. I got you Lima Charlie, which is loud and clear. And he reiterates the frequency to make sure that we're both transmitting on the right one. So he said 3.6, over, indicating that he wants a reply back. And then I said Tango Mike, which is thank you much, out, ending that traffic. Okay, so then the next person can talk. Go ahead, Lieutenant Lee.
Pay attention to the fact that we did not say our ranks on the radio. We also don't do salutes, and we definitely try to use call signs whenever possible. This is to make it harder for the enemy to identify the leaders, or don't just snipe me the second you say sir or salute me out in the field. Something along those lines.
Hey, firm, good point, Lieutenant Lee.
When we're in the field, though, and not just talking directly to each other, we'll use ranks and all that good stuff.
Yep, generally speaking, the way I break it down is if we're in TeamSpeak, or if we're at our starting COP or whatever it may be, usually you'll address by rank and last name. Once we step off for the mission, it's call sign and last name. And then again, at debrief, it's rank and last name. Okay, let's break it down. Recruit. God damn it, of course it's you.
Kanetsky.
I always put Kanetsky, thank you. And all the guys to your left here, change your nets to 3.7 and get in a group here. And then from Price and over, leave your nets to 3.6 and go kind of over that way.
All right, couldn't.
Affirmative.
I'm fucking it up all too. All right, come with me to the other side.
All right, so you guys are on 3.6, right?
Affirmative.
All right, so I'm going to go through each one of you here. I'm going to have you start a radio check, and then I'll say who's going to answer it. All right, so Group Price, why don't you go ahead and start? If you need me to do it again, just let me know and I'll go over it.
Affirmative. All stations, this is Price. Can I get a radio check on 36? Over.
All right, so at the beginning there, it's any station this net, not all stations, because you're not hailing all.
Affirmative.
All, everyone. But so it's anyone in the station or anyone this net. Excuse me. This is me requesting a radio check on frequency 36. Usually when you're doing the nets like that, try to separate them to make sure that they are heard clearly which net is. If it's like 36.5, you just say 36.5. All right.
Copy.
Go ahead and try it one more time.
Affirmative. So for future reference, it's any on this net, correct?
Any station on this net.
Any station on this net. Solid copy. Any station on this net requesting a radio check on 36. Over.
Good. Don't forget to say hey you, this is me. So any station on this net, this is Price, requesting a radio check on frequency 36.
Copy. It's been a while since I've been a proper unit, so.
Oh, you're good. This is why we're here. So, and again, you guys are going to do these at the beginning of pretty much every time you load into server, right? So you're going to be doing a lot of these. You'll get used to them in no time.
Solid copy.
Go ahead and do it one more time here.
Any station on this net, this is Price requesting a radio check on 36, over.
All right, Recruit Pickle, why don't you go ahead and answer him?
Price is Pickle 36, loud and clear.
You didn't transmit it on 36.
Did I not? How about now?
He did. I heard him.
Yeah, no, I was on the other net, so yes.
On 48, I think.
Yeah.
Or the other one, yeah.
Okay. All right. It sounded good though.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it. All right, and then just finish it, Bryce.
Back over to this Price. Solid copy on check. Out.
Good. You don't necessarily have to make it that long if you don't want to. So once you've already established you're talking to each other, right? That's why you guys confirmed, hey, you, this is me. Hey, you, this is me. You don't have to do it again like that third time. You could just say, take a mic out, right? Just, you could think him or you could just say out, ending the transmission.
Copy.
All right. That's good. It's fine, though. All right. Recruit Pickle, why don't you go ahead and start one?
Any station this net, channel 36. Pickle requesting radio check.
You got them all, except the over at the end and the order. So it's any station this net. This is Pickle requesting a radio check on frequency 36. Over. Go ahead and try it again here.
Any station this net. This is Pickle requesting radio check 36. Over.
Good. And then Group Price, go ahead and answer him.
Copy. Echo, this is Price, Lima Charlie, 5x5 and all. Over.
Okay, so again, you kind of did the right thing there, but you're adding more into it than you really need to. So when you said he's Lima Charlie, and then you said he's 5x5, you essentially just told him that he was good twice there. They mean the same thing, right? So just use one or the other usually. You could say, 5x5 over, or, take a mic or Lima Charlie over, whatever. All right.
Yep.
Then Recruit Pickle, just go ahead and finish it.
Price is Pickle acknowledged out. Or over. Or what? Yeah.
Nope.
One of those words.
You were right at the beginning. Up, so
yeah.
Think of it as if I start the transmission, I'm the one that ends it, right? So I'm the one that says out at the end. That's the easiest way for me to remember. All right. That was you were right the first time, so I won't make you do it over. Recruit Brown, go ahead and start one.
New station this net. This is Brown requesting radio check on 36. Over.
Good. Recruit Underwood, go ahead and answer him.
Brown, this is Underwood. Lima Charlie, over.
Good. And then just finish it.
Tango Mike, out.
Perfect. Good job. Recruit Underwood, go ahead and do yours.
Any station, this is Underwood requesting radio check on 36. Over.
All right. Any station is usually fine. You can get away with that. Any station this net is typically the way it's said, but you can say any station. That doesn't really bother me. Go ahead and answer him, Brown.
Underwood, this is Brown. I have you 5x5. Over.
Good. And then just finish it. I didn't copy you there.
Tango Mike out.
Good. Good job. All right. Yeah, you guys did pretty good. Like I said, you're going to do those a lot, so you'll pick them up. Do you guys want to try it again, anyone? Or you got it?
Negative. I believe I got it here on my end.
Okay. The most two important things is to remember, hey, you, it's me, because you're going to be using that every time you go to talk to somebody. So every time you're talking, it's, hey, Brown, this is Henderson. You know, whatever traffic I have. And then after I'm done talking, if I want to reply back, it's over. If I'm done talking and the conversation's done, I'll say out. And it's always the person that starts the conversation that ends it.
Yeah, it gets more fun when you get like 50 call signs in the net and you can't remember who the hell's what.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's we break it down a lot. So generally speaking, when you first start out, you're going to be on one net with just your fire team buddies. So the only call sign you're going to have to remember is whatever team you're in. So if you're an Alpha or Bravo, you'll address, you know, the team leader as Alpha or Bravo, and then the rest of the guys are just their last name. And as you start going up, obviously you're going to get more and more call signs and et cetera, but it's not so much that, you know, it's going to be like weeks before you can remember them all. They're pretty simple once you kind of understand the system. All right. All done, Lieutenant Lee, looks like.
All done.
We are as well. It's just re-advising a couple things there.
You want to move to the next section, or you want to do another radio check?
Nope, they're good. They all did good there.
Okay.
So. We'll do them on day 2. So. All right. Go ahead and get lined up again here, shoulder to shoulder. So next thing we're going to talk about was weapon conditions and safety. So weapon conditions are used to indicate the state a weapon is in or it should be placed in. Conditions are numbered 1 through 4, which progress in their level of safety measures to limit the possibility of a negligent discharge or an ND. While in Armory Reforger, we are only able to simulate 2 weapon conditions, that being 4.
A realistic condition. It's a video game condition because of Armory Reforger.
Affirm. It's the one we use. So I'll go over those here. Some things to keep in mind is the word think. So treat every weapon as if it were loaded, right? H, handle every weapon with care. I, identify the target before you fire. N, never point your muzzle at anything you don't intend to kill or have the possibility, right, to kill. And K, keep your weapon safe and your finger off the trigger until ready to fire. So in Reforger, when you actually put your magazine in, it does load a round in the chamber. There's not a way to get that round out. So after you put the mag in, your weapon is technically still hot, even if you take the mag out. That's where the 3.5 comes in. There was something else there, and I blanked on it. But let's go through the conditions here. So first off, we have condition 4, which is magazine out, no round in the chamber, and your safety's on. When you guys have your rifles, when you have your rifles in your hand like this, and it's up, your safety is automatically flicked off. There is a keybind to put your safety on, but your guy also just does it automatically when you put your weapon in low ready. He flicks it on.
And that's patrol carry.
Did I not? I don't think I said it, did I?
We'll go through the weapon stances in a sec.
I said low ready. Yeah, patrol carry. He flicks it on here. So condition 4, again, magazine out, no round in the chamber, and safety on. Typically that means that we sling it in 4 and 3.5. So 3.5 is magazine out. You do have a round in the chamber, and your safety's on, and it's slung. The reason we do 3.5 is because if we want to make our weapon safe at the end of an operation, let's say, we don't want everyone just randomly shooting a round off into the air. It kind of breaks immersion, so we do 3.5, and we just take our mags out and sling them to ensure that nobody causes a negligent discharge. And then finally, condition 1, that's weapon out, mag in, and a round in the chamber, and you're ready to go at a moment's notice. The Generally speaking, at the beginning of operations, we're going to be 3.5, unless we are in a deployment zone, which we're currently in. So if you're in a training scenario, your weapon should be slung and you should have your mag out. And if we're in a combat zone, you should have your weapon out and mag in and ready to go. If it's at the end of an operation, you'll be told which state to put your weapon in. Go ahead.
How do we take the mag out?
Yeah, so good question actually. So when you have mag in, go ahead and Lieutenant Lee,
Let's go to the range for this, eh?
Yeah, okay.
Affirmative on you.
Move to the range to the southwest.
Before we talk about how to get your magazine out and all that, we'll talk about the weapon stances as well. So go ahead and move to the the shooting range in front of me here, and pick a section for yourself. Hopefully there are enough. If there aren't, we can double up.
You can walk.
And move all the way to the end of the sandbags over here to make space. There we go. All right, gents, go ahead and pull out your rifles for me. Don't do anything with them yet. Don't load them yet. Just pull them out, put them in your hand. Very good. All right, so first of all, I want you to be in patrol carry. That means rifle lowered, muzzle pointed to the side. Let me know if you don't know how to do that. Recruit Underwood, are you on PC?
Yeah, I am on PC.
Double tap control. Same for you, Kunetsk. Yeah, very good. All right, this is patrol carry. If you've paid attention to what your character just did there, additionally to putting his rifle down, he also activated the weapon safety. All right, now from low ready, from patrol carry, go to high ready by double tapping control again. And now your rifle is shouldered and your muzzle is at eye level. In this stance, your rifle is now off safety. Once again, patrol carry is rifle lowered to the side, safety on. And then high ready is rifle shouldered, muzzle eye level, safety off. From high ready, you can go to low ready by tapping the sprint button once. The sprint button. Just tap sprint and your rifle will be lowered slightly to the side, but the buttstock is still shouldered. Recruit James, go to high ready for me. And then go to low ready by tapping sprint, the sprint key. Just tap it once. Don't aim downside. There you go. Good. Something to keep in mind in low ready is even if you pull the trigger at low ready, your character will not discharge around. You will instead just raise the rifle up to high ready. This is very important in CQC scenarios where everybody's stacked up nuts to butts. Okay? So if you do misclick, I'll say a video game here, video game term here, if you misclick the trigger pull button, your character won't discharge around into the guy in front of you. So if you are the second, third man, fourth man in a stack, for example, put your rifle on low ready. Right, so let's go through the stances one more time. Patrol carry. Patrol carry, there you go. High ready. Low ready. All right, from low ready, you can go back to high ready by aiming downside and then exiting aim downside, or you can just tap the Charlie key on PC, or on console it is click left stick, I want to say, to go from low ready back to high ready. Or obviously you can just pull the trigger, but that's a lot less safe. All right, that's all the weapon stances. Let's go to the next section. Back to you, Sergeant Henderson. You there?
Hey, Firm. I'm looking at yours here.
Oh, we can skip this section if you're comfortable with it. Oh, I can do it.
Is it the different weapon systems? Is that the one you're on?
So I have a mag in my gun. I put it in the beginning of this session, so I just... How do I
we'll go through that next.
Oh, okay.
Since we're already there, though, let's just do it right away. All right, gents, go ahead and load a magazine in your rifle. Tap the reload button. As you might have noticed, if you're familiar with real-life rifles, your character did pull that charging handle. You now have a round in the chamber. This is condition 1. To go from condition 1 to condition 3.5, hold reload to inspect your rifle. Look at your magazine well. and then hit that interact key as it prompts you to. Now you are in condition 3.5 because you still have a round in the chamber that has not been discharged or removed. Once again, Reforger doesn't allow you to remove that chambered round without discharging your rifle. So go ahead, aim down sight, say discharge, and then pull that trigger.
Discharge.
Discharge.
Now you are in condition 4. That is all the weapon systems, all the weapon conditions in 506. Something to keep in mind, some rifles, such as the M7 here in my hand, does not allow you to pull out the magazine when you're inspecting the rifle. When that happens, you will instead remove that magazine from your inventory. So go ahead and put a magazine in for me. Reload. Recruit Pickle, you're kind of humped over there. Can you stand back up for me? Very good. Reload, put a magazine in your rifle. Now open your inventory. Now select your rifle. Yep, go ahead.
I was gonna say, also, to open up in your inventory, if you're on Legacy controls, it is the back button on PlayStation and Xbox. For updated, it is left on D-pad.
Very good. Now you have your inventory open on PC, middle mouse click on your rifle, or on console, just select and open up your rifle when you have it highlighted. A new window should have opened on the bottom left of your screen, and then in that little window, pull out the magazine from your rifle back into your inventory. And that is how you pull out a magazine if the inspection mode doesn't allow you to do so. Let's see the magazines removed this way. Recruit Brown, you need help over here? You can talk while you're in the inventory menu as well.
Nope, I have it. I just need to stick it in my bag.
Very good. Excellent. Everybody got their magazines removed? Looks good. All right, go ahead and sling your rifle with, on PC, it's hold tab and press Zulu. On console, it's what? It's like hold right D-pad and A or X to sling your rifle.
Do we not discharge?
No, I just want you to sling your rifle first. Just show me you know how to.
You mean to do that? Oh my god.
I guess you'll have to check your keybinds after this recruit price. Don't worry about it. It's day one things, all right? Okay, now go ahead and pull out your rifles again and discharge the last round to go to condition 4.
Discharge.
Discharge. Discharge. Discharge.
Discharge.
Very good. All right, now turn back to me. Turn around and look at me. I'm going to go through the various rifles and weapon systems that we use here in the 506 so that you know what you're looking at if you do get assigned to use one of these weapon systems. First of all, M4 carbine that you have in your hand. It's an assault rifle chambered in 5.56, adopted by the vast majority of the U.S. Army, and has undergone over 40 modifications since the 1990s. The variant that you have is the M4A1 Block 2, developed through the Special Operations Peculiar Modification Program, or SOPMOD. M4A1 has a point target range of 400 meters, area target range of 600 meters, with 3 different firing modes: safe, semi-automatic, and fully automatic, which can achieve around 800 rounds per minute. Then the M7 that I have is an recruit price, you're hot micing. The M7 that I have in my hand is the assault rifle chambered in 6.8 millimeters that will be eventually replacing the M4 carbine for the U.S. Army. It is currently being fielded by the 101st Airborne Division and the 75th Ranger Division the 75th Ranger Regiment in real life. M7 has an effective point target range of 600 meters, our area target range of 800 meters, and 3 firing modes similarly to the M4. The rifle and its ammunition is significantly heavier than its predecessor, but makes up for it with improved penetration and stopping power, capable of penetrating lightly armored vehicles and incapacitating the crew inside. Next up is, let me grab that weapon system. Next up is the M320 grenade launcher. It's a single-shot 40-mic grenade launcher system that replaced the M203 from 2009 onwards. M320 can be mounted underneath the rifle's handguard, like I have right here, or be used as a separate system on its own, but that's not available in Arma Reforger yet. The M320 can fire a variety of rounds such as HE, HEDP, and various colored smokes. Next up is the M249 SAW. Squad automatic weapon. It's a light machine gun chambered in 5.56 carried by automatic riflemen in U.S. Army. As it is an open bolt system, the M249 only has one firing mode, the fun mode, fully automatic, which can achieve 850 rounds per minute. Thanks to its heavier barrel, the M249 can achieve sustained fire rates for longer periods and can engage area targets up to 800 meters away. Then next up, if I can fucking find it. There it fucking is. The M250 light machine gun, currently being fielded once again by the 101st and 75th. It is similarly chambered in 6.8 millimeters with similar characteristics to the M7 rifle, and it can reach area targets up to 1,200 meters away. So if you need to touch something way further out there with accuracy by volume instead of accuracy by precision, you'll use the M250. In the same vein is the MG338. Oh, nice. That Son Henderson is holding here. Look at how fucking big that motherfucker is. Almost as tall as he is, right? The MG338 is a medium machine gun chambered in .338 normal magnum, currently being evaluated by the U.S. Army, SOCOM, and the Marine Corps' MARSOC. System can achieve around 600 rounds per minute when firing fully automatic and can engage area targets up to 1,700 meters away. The caliber is capable of fully defeating lightly armored vehicles such as BTRs and BRDMs, and can also penetrate BMPs even. So more medium armored vehicles. The next up is a weapon you all already have on your back. It is the M72 Light Anti-Armor Weapon, or the LAW. It's a single-use anti-armor weapon system that can launch 66mm heat rockets. That's high-explosive anti-tank rockets. In use with the U.S. Army since 1963, and is capable of defeating lightly armored vehicles up to 350 meters away. Last but not least, the M4 Morse recoilless rifle. The M4 Morse, or the Carl Gustaf, is an 84mm caliber solder-fired recoilless rifle developed by Sweden. Unlike the M72, the M4 can be reloaded after each rocket is spent and can effectively engage medium or even high armored targets such as the BMP up to 1,000 meters away. Any questions on the various weapon systems so far, gents?
No, Lieutenant.
Right, keep in mind that the MG338 and the M4 Morse are only carried by our weapons squad members, and you'll learn about them after you get assigned to your platoon. Next up are hand throwables, so face towards the shooting range once again for me. Alright, two types of throwables, lethal and non-lethal. In the lethal grenades, we have first of all, the M67 fragmentation grenade. It has a kill radius of 5 meters and an injury radius of 15 meters. In Armor Reforger, the grenade must first be brought into the character's hand by pressing the correct keybind. That's number 4 on PC, or hold right D-pad for console. Let's see some grenades in hands. Don't throw it yet though, just put the grenade in your hand. Once again, number 4 on PC, or hold right D-pad for console. If you're not seeing it on console, once you hold right D-pad, you might have to assign it to a slot. Recruit prize, you got the wrong grenade in your hand. There you go. Alright, very good. Now, then you can hold the left mouse or right trigger to pull the pin, then release to throw. Don't throw it yet. Keep in mind that the pin can be reinserted by pressing reload before the throw. So everybody look at me real quick. Turn around, look at me. I have the grenade in my hand. It is in the down position. I press left click once to bring it up to eye level, and then hold left click or the right trigger on console to pull the pin, and then I press reload to put the pin back in. Alright, this is very useful for obvious reasons, I hope. So now let's see you guys do it. Turn back to the range. Grenade at eye level. Pull the pin. Don't, goddammit. Take cover. Alright, hold. Alright, hold. Don't release. If you release the fucking mouse button or the trigger, you will throw a grenade. So let's see it again. Once again, stand up. Hand eye level. Pull the pin. Hold the button down. Hold the button down. And then press reload again to put the pin back in. I believe in you, Sarasi. Press reload.
I'm pressing X and it is not reloading.
Did you rebind your reload keybind?
Nope.
Are you by chance free looking maybe?
Nope.
Same.
All right.
My
Might as well talk
reload is
about what to
square.
do when you do throw a grenade. So when you are about to throw a grenade, you'll say frag out. Okay, keep that pro word in mind. Frag out, and then you toss it, and then you take cover. So go ahead and say it.
Frag out.
Frag out.
Throw it, and take cover, boys. A little chaotic. Let me put accidental problems.
Frag out.
Frag out.
Frag out.
A little uncoordinated, but it's fine.
All right, something that some of you might have noticed is when one of these recruits threw the grenade, the explosion was not heard, was not seen, but you can still see the targets going down. That's a common bug in Armor Reforger, okay? So when you do throw a grenade and it exploded for you, but nobody else around you is reacting to it, say that frag went off, so that people know that, hey, that frag did go off, and now they can proceed.
Copy.
Next up is the M84. Recruit Sarasi, you got a problem with that sandbag? You want me to replace it with a different color? What's going on over here?
No, I was messing something up.
Let's keep our sandbag racism to ourselves. All right, stun grenade. The M84 stun grenade has a disorientation radius of 5 meters and also applies to AI units. Similarly to the M67, the stun grenade must first be brought into the character's hand with the correct keybind. The M84 is preferred when non-combatants or friendly casualties are present or expected, and the risk of unintended casualties is considered too high to use conventional explosives. Recruit Sarasi, you're hot micing. All right, to test out this flashbang, we will instead move over here. Follow me. Favorite part as always.
You can put your frag away, by the way.
Enter the tent over here, boys. Pile in, pack in. Look towards the center. Flashbang out. And that is how a flashbang is felt. Once you have recovered, exit, get back to the shooting range.
Lieutenant Lee?
Send it.
I got the vision, but I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, same.
There you go.
Same here.
Once again, that bug is very annoying. I don't know why it's still a thing fucking 2 years into development, but it is what it is. Alright, go ahead and take up your original positions. We'll talk about the smoke grenades next. Alright, find an open space, boys.
There's floating grenades everywhere?
Yeah, it's what happens when you switch between the different grenades. For some reason, it happens a lot in OSUT, but not that often in deployments, operations, events. So don't be too worried about it. Okay, smoke grenades. Obvious what they are used for, hopefully, but instead, additionally, from just obscurement, they can also be used to designate landing zones. So first of all, to bring a smoke grenade into your hand, number 5 on PC, and hold right D-pad on console once again. To switch between the different colored smokes, tap it multiple times, similarly to the lethal grenades. I'll go through the different colored smokes here and tell you what the colors mean first. First of all, yellow. It is used to denote friendly concealment, obscurement. The enemy typically uses white smoke grenades, which is why we use yellow smoke grenades instead. But if you do run out of yellow smoke grenades, you can scrounge white smoke grenades from the enemy so that you can use it for obscurement yourself. Just make sure you send up your chain of command that, hey, I'm using white smoke for concealment. Go ahead and toss a smoke grenade for me. Just say smoke out or yellow smoke out.
Smoke out.
Smoke out.
Smoke out.
Smoke out. Smoke out.
Very good. As you can see, just one smoke is kind of fucking shit. You can basically see right through it, which is why when you throw smoke grenades, it is recommended to throw multiple at a time so that they stack up on each other and actually provide you useful obscurement. The next color is green. It's used to mark friendly positions or to mark landing zones. Something to keep in mind is on green terrain such as this, green smoke is pretty hard to see from the air, so the JTAC guys might use red smoke instead. Then next up is red. Red is used to mark enemy positions. If you have a red smoke grenade, it's hand throwable. It's not really recommended that you do that. Red smoke grenades is usually sent out by grenadiers using their M320 grenade launchers. The grenade launchers can send those smokes out up to 350 meters or even more if he's skilled. So the red smoke is typically going to be sent by grenadiers. The next is blue smoke. Indicates a break in the chain of command or lost communications. If you see a blue smoke, that means 2 levels of the chain of command has been downed. So for example, as a fire team member, if you see your fire team leader and your squad leader down, you can scrounge a blue smoke grenade from their kits, pop it at your position. That lets the platoon leadership know the next 2 steps of the chain of command from that blue smoke is unconscious, is bleeding out, probably KIA. And then orange smoke is used exclusively by engineers to mark the location of explosives or an area designated for controlled demolition. If you see orange smoke, get the fuck away. Then last but not least is purple smoke. It is used exclusively by 6-8 Whiskey combat medics to mark areas where a mass casualty incident has occurred. That means typically at least 4 casualties or more. If you see purple smoke and you have medical equipment on your kit, for example, you might be assigned a combat lifesaver. We'll talk about that later. You will definitely request, hey, I see a purple smoke over there. Can you go over there and help out? And the answer will most likely be yes. Any questions on the colored smokes, gents?
None.
Oh, sir. No, sir.
Negative.
Excellent. Son Henderson, you want to take over for the firing rates?
Sure. I didn't catch. Did you happen to let them know what if you throw a bad frag? To say that.
Oh, good point. Sorry, I missed one. Okay. A lot of the times in Arma Reforged, because we cannot control how our characters throw grenades, we still don't have underhanded throw grenades, for example. You might throw it against something you didn't wish it to be hit, and then it will come back at you quick and fast. So what you say in that instance is bad frag, bad frag, bad frag, and you run in the opposite direction at best possible speed. When others around you hear bad frag, they'll be looking around for the guy who's running away at best possible speed, and they'll follow your direction. So make sure you pick the correct direction and say bad frag as many times as it takes until that grenade goes off. If an enemy throws a grenade at you, instead of saying frag, you will instead say grenade. All right? Frag out means that is a friendly frag going away, and then grenade means that is an enemy grenade coming in. Once again, say grenade as many times as it takes and run in the opposite direction until that grenade goes off. Everybody tracking?
Tracking. Yes, sir.
Tracking.
Sir. Tracking.
Excellent. All right, weapons, rates of fire. Son Henderson.
Copy. Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. All right, go ahead and get your weapons in condition 1. All right, so before we start, we're going to go through the rates of fire, kind of based off range. I know these targets are a little closer, but just imagine that they're further away here on these first few. Something to keep in mind is as we have certain cosmetic limitations per each kit, you also have a certain amount of ammo that you carry. If you run out, you're kind of SOL. Right. Well, we do sometimes get resupplies, but they're not guaranteed. So what you have on you when you leave or you step off is what you're gonna have for 3 hours, right? Until you don't. That's how you should treat it. So first off here, we're gonna start with the sustained rate of fire. So it's gonna be 1 round every 3 to 5 seconds for targets up to 400 meters or further away. So I want everyone to try to space the rounds out every 3 to 5 seconds and try to imagine that the targets are about 400 meters out. You need to see where your shot's landing, right? Not blowing 10 rounds and then seeing where it lands. All right, go ahead and fire when ready. Alright, go ahead and cease fire. Alright, next we're going to talk about rapid fire. So that's 2 rounds every 3 to 5 seconds for targets up to 200 meters away. So you're just kind of doubling your rate of fire. Go ahead and fire when ready. Don't feel like you have to shoot 1 round and 1 round right after. You can kind of space it out between that 3 to 5 seconds, right? Alright, go ahead and cease fire. Go ahead and change mags, if you haven't already. Alright, next we're going to talk about cyclic. So this is going to be usually when we are in conducting CQB. You can turn your weapon to full auto. These are going to be for targets that are about 100 meters or closer. Go ahead and go to full auto and open fire when ready. Alright, go ahead and cease fire.
Everybody knows how to switch their weapon mode, right?
Affirmative.
Anybody did not?
I did not, but
figure
I
out how. Okay, good.
Alright, everyone go ahead and grab a M249 saw out of the boxes and grab an extra box of ammo.
Sound off if you don't know how to navigate the loadout editor. You can speak while in the loadout editor as well.
You're grabbing the Bravo or Saw?
Saw.
Do you know what part of the is it in?
The bottom.
Never mind. I saw it. At the bottom half. Okay, the bottom.
The bottom.
It seems like everybody knows how to use it. Nice.
Am I fucking blind? Oh, my foot.
It's like 3/4 of the way down there. Are you using bacon loadout or?
Yes. Ah, duh. I see it.
Okay.
Alright, so before we move on them, for PC, you can mount your bipod. You have to deploy it first, hold V. For consoles, I don't have that keybind. If console guy knows it.
For console, it is basically click in left stick. Like take aim and then left stick.
To get your bipod or just to mount your weapon?
I believe to mount it. I don't know the keybind for Oh wait, no, it's right bumper A. Right bumper A.
Right bumper A. Try that. If anybody can't get it, let me know.
Yeah, with the height of this sandbag here, the bipod doesn't quite work because if you try to aim down the sight, then
it makes
puts
it
you
all
in a
funky.
third person. Yeah, it's too tall. But if you just hit C on the sandbags, it'll mount it.
Go ahead and forward your bipods and just arrest the M249 on the sandbags.
Okay, let's try to move it there to see. Alright, so the machine guns also have their own rates of fire. So first off, we have sustained, which is a 3 to 5 round burst every 3 to 5 seconds for targets up to 400 meters away. It's going to be kind of hard with there being so many of you. Just try to remember to space it out every 3 to 5 seconds and 3 to 5 round. Alright, go ahead and fire when you guys are ready.
Wait longer, Riku Underwood. 3 to 5 seconds is a lot longer than you expect.
ceasefire. Alright, next you have rapid. So it's a 6 to 10 round burst every 3 to 5 seconds. Commonly, you can say the phrase "die motherfucker die" is about the length of the burst should be. Alright, go ahead and fire when ready.
You don't have to say it out loud, you can say it in your head, but hey, I don't mind. So keep in mind that you don't have unlimited ammo out there in the field, okay? These rates of fire are meant to maintain an effective suppressive rate of fire on the enemy while still making sure that your loadout, your combat loadout is gonna last. Alright, once again, 6 to 10 rounds every 35 seconds, die motherfucker die, go. Longer pause, recruit Sarasi, longer pause. Die motherfucker die.
Longer pause, Brown.
Kuneski, longer pause. Longer pause, Kuneski, longer pause, longer pause.
Alright, ceasefire. Go ahead and change your boxes.
Every single one of you is a rusher. Every single one of you is a rusher. You will not last in a band, I'll tell you that.
Still got half my max, so I didn't...
Alright. Finally, we have cyclic. It's going to be full auto again. I'm not going to have you guys do that. Just know that you're going to be full auto and usually within 100 meters. Try to still keep some sort of sustainment rate. You don't want to blow through your whole 100 or 200 round box and on 5 guys. But next we're going to talk about talking guns. So talking guns is a fire control method involving 2 machine gunners. One gun starts with a sustained or rapid fire, followed by a burst from the second gun. This alternates until one gun needs to reload, signaled by gun down. The second gun doubles that rate of fire until the first gun resumes with gun up, and the sequence continues. There's so many of you, you're probably not going to be able to keep track of who's firing if it's you or your buddy. But just know, if you and another machine gunner are shooting at the same target, you're pretty much going to start talking guns. And again, that's just one machine gun is either in a sustained or rapid fire, and the other one is like the other one, right? So it's either he's going to be sustained or rapid, depending on what the other guy is.
We can at least do a demonstration, right?
Yeah. Recruit Brown and Recruit Underwood, have you guys be talking guns. So Recruit Brown, I'm going to have you start. You're going to be a sustained rate of fire, 3 to 5 round burst every 3 to 5 seconds. And then Underwood, you're going to be a rapid 6 to 10 rounds every 3 to 5 seconds. And you're going to alternate, all right, back and forth. Go and start when you're ready, Brown.
Copy.
Recruit Brown, you're rushing. Stop. Ceasefire. Remember the interval. That's how long you wait between bursts. And when you're talking guns, you wait for the other gun to start the next burst before it goes back to you. So sustained is 3 to 5 rounds every 3 to 5 seconds. You wait 3 to 5 seconds before you pull the trigger again. Start. Recruit Underwood, hold. Alright, Recruit Underwood, after you send out your burst, you wait for Recruit Brown to pick up the next burst, okay? Let's do it again. Recruit Brown, start.
1, 2, right?
1 and 2 and 1 and 2, right. Very good. That's more like it. And that's how you do it. Right now, Recruit Brown, go ahead and reload for me and say gun down.
Gun down.
All right, Recruit Underwood, double up your speed. Very good. And now Recruit Brown, say gun up.
Gun up.
And then pick up the next burst. All right, don't double up the burst, okay? Recruit Underwood, wait for him to pick up the next burst. There you go. Oh, you fire 2 bursts there, all right? Wait 1 burst and then give it to the other guy. All right, go. Very good. Recruit Underwood, reload and say gun down.
Gun down.
Recruit Brown, double your fire rate. There you go. Double your fire rate, not quadruple it. Jesus.
Gun up.
There you go. Very good. And ceasefire. All right, that's how Talking Guns is done. Once again, you guys are rushing way too hard, but once you get assigned to a platoon, to a squad, and you do get your hands on an automatic rifle or a machine gun, hopefully your squad leader will be able to tame your rate of fire. Sergeant Henderson, back to you.
Thanks, Lieutenant Lee. Yeah, keep in mind, like I said, if you run out of ammo, you're pretty much SOL. We do allow to pick up enemy weapons, but you do have to get permission and call it up your chain. But, you know, why would you want a fucking AK when you have your saw, right, with your optic that you like on it? Alright, next section here is going to be talking about the 3Ds. You guys can go ahead and sling your rifles. So, when communicating target information to fellow soldiers or other elements, U.S. Army personnel use the following format referred to as the 3Ds. You can also utilize reference points as a part of this for clarity or a relay of information. If you notice any, distinguishing landmarks nearby. But the 3Ds themselves are, again, description, direction, and distance. Doesn't have to be in that order. You just need to at least get that out every time. And again, it sounds like a lot more than it is. Most of the time, it's just the common stuff, right? So let's say I see that BTR right there. I'll say, hey, BTR bearing 301, about 100 meters, right? It's pretty basic information, but it is information that needs relayed. That way, if you're the first contact up to that, everyone else behind you knows, hey, there's a BTR about 100 meters away from that guy. We probably shouldn't walk out right that way. Because if we have another team over there and they walk over that hill, guess what? That BTR is going to get some free kills on them, essentially, right? Again, with the 3Ds, most of us will communicate the bearing, each digit individually, and then normally the distance you can just kind of throw together. If you want to separate it, feel free, but it just flows a little easier usually that way, I feel. All right, any questions before we move on to shooting the laws?
Negative.
Negative.
All right, let's move down out to the open field here to the southwest. Make sure you guys all have your laws on you as well. Go ahead and put it back on your back here until we're ready.
Copy.
That actually brings up a good point, right? So let's say there's a BTR over here, but there's a house in front of me. You want to try to not pull out your stick until you have eyes on it. Because if I pull up my stick and I run around the corner of a house and there's a squad there, I'm going to get fucking melted. And, what am I going to do, shoot my law at them? You just wasted that for no reason if you do that, and that's very ignorant. So try to pull it out, I don't want to say last second, but wait till you have eyes on it before you pull it out so you're not just running around defenseless with your stick out. Alright, before we get into this, I'm going to show you guys how to get a range. So you should all have your vectors on you. Everyone pull those out. If you don't know how, let me know.
That's the Bino keybind. Should be Bravo for PCs and.
Looks like everyone's got them out. Recruit search.
Hold down on D-pad.
Right, hold down on D-pad.
So when you guys aim down sights with those, if you hold your reload key, you should see a little square pop up. If you let go, that'll give you your distance from you to the target.
Hold it down for 2 seconds at least.
And then if you want to get distance and your elevational difference, you double tap the reload and hold it after the second tap. And then let go. The left one is your distance and the right one is your elevational difference. More so, the elevation is going to be more for the weapons teams guys as they're going to be shooting at these armor pieces a lot further away. All right, everybody getting that? Red square?
Hey, phone.
Say again for elevation.
How to get it? So it's double tap the reload key, but then as you're hitting it the second time, hold it down.
Right.
And then it should pop up with two numbers.
Got it.
Okay. So whenever we're making a an armor shot, right? We're shooting at a piece of armor. We want to always try to do at least get the distance, because if we miss, let's say with the law, right, you're the closest team to that armor threat, and you didn't take the extra 3 seconds to get the distance and you overshot it, and now you and your team are stuck within probably usually 100 meters of that armor threat, and who knows how long it's going to be before somebody else can get over there to take it out for you. So for
Nobody's going to call you out for missing an armor shot, but you will feel their eyes on your back.
Yes.
You'll feel the shame, the burning shame.
Yes, yeah. It'll hit home. Lieutenant Lee, do you want to help me with this next part?
Yeah, let's pick this up. Oh, you want to do the, okay, demonstration. Let me grab a stick.
Yeah, just so that you can see how it's easier to kind of show, I feel like, than go through that whole thing. So, anytime you have an AT stick, you should always, before you go to engage a armor threat, usually you'll have somebody by you that becomes your spotter, in a sense, right? They will call out the 3Ds for you. They will say, hey, I got a BTR bearing 307, approximately 100 meters, stand by for range. Range is 91 meters. Now, Lee, as the guy with the AT stick, will usually relay back to me that he heard me, either by confirming the range that I said or just say eyes on, something like that.
Roger, BTR northwest 100 meters.
And from 93 meters confirmed.
Close enough.
Yeah, okay. All right, so he'll relay back just to confirm he got the range really right. Now, once he gets ready, he will get all of his distance set. To do that, you have to aim down sights with it, and then for PC, it's page up, page down that adjusts your range. Console, might have to look at that one. I don't remember.
Is up and down on T-pad.
Up and down on D-pad.
Yeah.
Okay, for the legacy controls. But you will need to know how to do that if you ever have an AT stick. So he'll set his range, and then when he is ready to fire, he'll call clear backblast.
Clear backblast.
Yep. So once he calls that, me as the spotter, I will double check and make sure there's nobody within, I would say, like a 45-degree cone, probably about 20 to 30 meters behind him, because if he shoots right now, that backblast is going to knock me on my ass, right, and put me down. So it's the spotter's job to do that, so the gunner doesn't have to turn around and take his eyes off target. Once I ensure that there's nobody behind him, I'll clear him. I'll say your backblast is clear. And then
Roger, rocket, rocket, rocket.
Yep, and then before he fires, he says rocket, 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 and shoots. Good hit.
Direct hit. Looks like a mobility kill.
Affirm. And then we will go over BDAs. Actually, we'll go over it now. So BDA is a battle damage assessment. It's pretty much letting people know how damaged whatever you just hit was, right? So there's a scale from 0 to 100, or there's quick terms that we use. Mobility kill is about a 70 out of 100, right? He hit it. He more than likely killed the crew, and it's not usually driving or looks like it's drivable. That'd be a mobility kill. You also have a turret kill, which I would say is probably about a 60 out of 100. The turret's not active. Maybe the engine's still on. And then you also have, in Reforger, if you hit it and it catches on fire, it is still active. All right, just because it's on fire does not mean it's dead. So we don't call it as dead, or we call it catastrophic. We will not call that up until it fully blows up, which I'll show you what that looks like after we shoot. Oh, right on time. That is catastrophic. All right. So that there's catastrophic when it's burning like that. You could say it's 90 over 100, or you could say it's on fire. We all know what, once it's on fire, we all know that it's usually going to go catastrophic.
Yeah, are you at risk of dismounts until it goes catastrophic?
Yes. Yep, they can still get out when it's on fire. The AI, I don't believe the AI gets. Well, I might be wrong there. Yeah, the AI can still dismount. I believe that fire hurts them.
Yep, they can still do everything if the vehicle's on fire until they burn to death.
Yeah, usually catastrophic, and then it's safe. Yeah. I wouldn't run up to it until it pulls up fully.
Do they generally dismount early, or can they dismount tens of seconds after.
It depends on how much the explosion knocked them on their ass. They might go unconscious from the blast, might go unconscious from the fire, but if they're not, then they'll try to dismount.
Yeah, I forgot about the AI getting knocked out and then recovering.
Yeah. So usually if it's on fire, keep your eyes on it, or at least keep tabs on it until you hear it blow up and go catastrophic.
Something to keep in mind also is that once I discharged my law, I dropped it on the ground because once again, it's a one-use weapon. Right? If you forgot to drop it on the ground after you engage an armored vehicle with your law, another one rolls up and your entire team looks at you like, hey, go kill that armor piece. You're going to look like a real dipshit when you tell them I forgot to drop my law from the previous engagement.
Yep. The law is one of the very few pieces of equipment that we will leave behind after it's shot. Also, if somebody is standing behind you with an AT stick, if you're the spotter, it's your job to make sure they move by yelling at them very loudly. Say, hey, clear my back blast, clear the black blast. Usually after about 2 times of saying that, if they are not acknowledging you or moving, if you have a good shot on the armor threat, you are cleared to shoot it with the repercussions dealt with afterwards. The threat of that armor piece is much higher than some dipshit not paying attention behind you.
It's one of those rare occasions that you can get mean with a superior officer too, so treasure those opportunities.
Yeah, that doesn't mean say clear back blast and then fire right after, right? Just make sure that they, try to get their attention if they're not listening, and then shoot it, because we can usually treat them and get them up. Whereas if that BTR stays up, he might decide to start suppressing our position, and who knows how many he's going to kill before we can kill it. All right, let's break up into buddy pairs. Underwood, you're with Pickle. Brown, you're with Price. James, you're with Sarasi. Rick Hart, you're with Kuniski. Fucking A, man.
All right, spread out a little bit, boys. Let's go all the way to the edge of the sandbags on the right here.
Armor pieces here for you guys to shoot at.
2 at a time. 1 pair at a time. Right over to the edge right here. All right, good. You got your laws with you? Good.
That's good.
All right, Pickle, you're going to be the spotter. Underwood, you're going to be the guy with the AT stick. Go ahead and spot any of those 2 targets and call the 3Ds to your AT guy, and then he'll take care of the rest.
All right. BMP direct front, 100 meters.
It's a BTR.
BTR.
All right, Recruit Underwood, let's hear what you now have to say next.
I completely forgot it. Sorry.
I just say clear back blast.
Clear back blast.
Back blast clear.
And then make sure you say rocket 3 times before you pull the trigger.
Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Low. Hit the wheel, I believe. Not quite. All right, let's swap the roles now. Go ahead and drop that law. Now let's have the other pairs do it too. Let's not just fucking wait on this pair, okay?
All right. They said 1 pair at a time, mate.
No, don't worry about it. Let's just have everybody do it.
All right. Brown, you'll be the gunner. Price, you'll be the spotter.
Yeah,
You go first. It's all good.
Your mic's a little weaker right now. Can you...
Right, I spot a BMP right in front of us.
BTR.
BTR right in front of us.
Enemy BTR direct.
Be more specific. Let's hear the bearing.
Never say direct front.
BTR right in front of us.
Range 90 meters.
9
Bearing
meters.
is what? Bearing is 310, 310.
Bearing is 310. 99 meters.
Alright, clear back blast.
Yeah, make sure you always do the 3Ds to at least give them that direction. Don't say it's that way, right? Because if you're talking about the radio,
you missed something.
Yeah, I didn't say. Yeah, I didn't say rocket. I was dicking with the sights.
Right?
Yeah, I was dicking with the sights, and it was kind of an MD.
Right. Sounds good. You got the good hit though. Go ahead and swap and pick up 2 more laws from the box on your right and do it again.
Okay.
Pick a different
So hey,
target too.
question on this thing. I guess it's whatever's at the top of the scope. Whenever I'm adjusting the sights up and down, it's been a while since I shot one of these.
Negative. If you look at your leaf sight, you'll see numbers next to the cross marks. The number is what you're looking for, even after you've adjusted. So you adjusted to 100, you still aim at 100.
What was the range
range.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So it's 50 right out of the gate, and then
Yeah.
it's 100.
And then you
Okay.
adjust
I was
it.
forgetting to look at my HUD down there to see what it was set to. So I was trying to
Alright,
figure
make sure
out.
you swap out that for a new law and do it again.
Back pass is
Okay.
clear. Back pass is not
You wanna
clear.
go first?
Not clear. Oh, yo.
Now you can go. Hold on a
Clear
second.
back pass. Back pass.
I just gotta
Back pass
drop
is
this
clear,
shit.
Back pass is clear.
Okay, where's the box?
It'll help if you call out their name too. Be specific.
Hear me now?
Good.
Alright,
No
so
hit,
go
no
ahead and get truck,
hits.
gets out, and stand by.
Do
Alright,
you have any idea if I have to load it up again, or
Jump
is it
along
loaded
and
already?
just switch rolls there.
BTR bearing 313.
Where the hell do they put the thing in here?
313, 100 meters.
Are you looking for the wall?
Yeah, I found it.
Got it.
You guys want to do it again?
I didn't call it. Clear back blast.
We got a bad
Back pass
shot.
clear.
We're just
Alright, we
Okay.
good?
Yep, BTR.
Rocket.
What is that bearing?
It's a decent chance
Yeah,
to kill the
it's
crew, I'd say.
BTR 310 for 100 meters.
And get a new one.
Copy, stand by.
Alright.
Clear back blast.
Back blast clear.
Alright, you guys got new rockets or?
Rocket.
Copy, go ahead and get new
You're not
rockets.
saying up the
think I
price
hit
of
it?
your train.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was a little
Clear
low.
back blast.
You went between the center tires, I think.
Rocket.
I think it's
Say again?
Yeah. So it's kind of weird how that site works because there's no
Yeah, it is.
horizontal line that says where you're actually aiming.
Yeah, make sure you
So-
see it clearly.
I fucked
So
up.
this is a good simulation of real conditions, alright? A lot of people are going to be talking around you, a lot of gunfires going to be happening around you.
Alright,
Don't fire
BTR,
unless you hear
bearing
explicitly.
is
Backlash is
309er,
clear.
BTR 322.
Copy.
100 meters.
Okay,
100
shot,
meters.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful with that, because if you, like, let's say you knock out the First Sergeant Rainey,
Alright, clear back blast.
he was told it, or
Oh, you got it.
Clear.
it wasn't clear.
Alright, so
Alright, rocket.
Safety stuff.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
went
just
over.
fuck.
If you guys would like to go again, feel free.
Yep, but that was a really
It
good
was a little
shot.
high.
Did you zero it?
No, I just kind of winged it.
That's kind of strong.
Oh yeah. I think I got the gist of it.
Yeah, because it's like if you're
the one that calls clear
where it
back
gets
blast,
really
you confirm
fucked
that
is
it's
whenever you're trying to use mills on the sites.
Mhm.
It's like I'll show people how to do that some night, but because I'm from the like old school army in the 80s, so we didn't have a fucking vector. It was like, well, how many mil dots is that? And do some math in your head.
Yeah.
BTR 323, 100 meters.
Are you like
Now we good over here? You guys done?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
Sounds good. Alright, just wait for the rest and then we'll fucking fall in.
If you are
Right.
the 2 square button,
Rocket,
if you're on
rocket.
Xbox, and then left on D-pad will like just kick it out of your hands,
Well, that
basically.
didn't reload the stick.
Hey, Lieutenant, I got a little
Oh,
question.
good.
Alright, new
Yeah.
target. New target.
So how does the assessment for the weapons work? Like, who decides it?
yeah,
This,
so
Sorry, let's step away. I can't hear
Enemy
you.
BTR, northwest, distance is 100.
the whole
Need a
role
spotter.
thing, like the weapons team, or like special forces, like who
Your
determines
back pass
who
is
is
clear, back pass is clear.
when I get
Yeah,
my
on day
company or
2,
whatever.
after day 2, you'll be asked what role you want to be in, and then they'll listen to the roles, and then you can request for a specific role, and then they'll tell you how to get there.
drop it on the ground.
Missed,
Right, guys,
missed.
like traditional
Alright, let's
Yes.
let's swap here, Brown.
Alright, let's go
See
back there.
that though? You like try it real quick, actually.
Good shot.
Like what I mean?
Keep
Pop
in
it
mind,
up,
if
and
it's
you
something
just
like
hold the
that,
button
we
and
can
then
kill it with
it
our
basically
small
shoots
arms.
it out of your hands.
Copy.
I kind of set you up for failure on that one because I put him out there with it, but I wanted to see if somebody would shoot
the
it.
mini 2 square button on the left.
Ah,
and then left
got
on
it.
D-pad.
301.
And it should like open up like your scroll.
Say
bar,
again.
And then shoot it out of
Range
your inventory,
86
basically.
meters.
Picker, you want the spotter?
I have.
I didn't hear Dave, you said something.
You got it.
Yeah,
So yeah, basically
and
just shoots it
fuel
out of your
truck
hands, so you just
You're
drop
not
it really fast, dude.
290.
I see you lighting up, I think, but you're not
This
saying them.
is
Much better than
8900.
having to dig through your inventory, you know?
290, 100 meters.
Not clear.
Still not here.
Clear my back blast.
Okay, no, I haven't said anything.
Back
Oh,
pass.
89 meters.
I didn't know if you wanted a
copy.
spotter. I seen you had your
Don't
stick
try to
out.
push somebody out of
Oh,
You are not
no, I was.
clear.
This is actually a dead stick.
Clear my
I
back
call
blast.
my
Clear
name,
my
tell
back
me to
blast.
fuck
But
off.
Move.
yeah, I was playing
There you
with
go.
the site, and I think I figured out
Back blast clear.
the way to explain
Rocket,
this
rocket,
better.
What do you guys do whenever
Good hit.
somebody is not moving out of the backblast after 2 times.
Yeah, it's a little. It dips like last second.
Yeah. So the deal, right? Whenever you pull the sight up, I wish that I could show you what I'm seeing. But anyway, so if you pull one out, right, and then look down the sight, and you're zeroed at 50 meters, right? So if you look at where the 50 is, if you line that up, that's where it's going. So keep it lined up there, where the 50's at, and then hit your page up to go to 100 meters, and watch what the sight does.
If your spotter keeps telling you not clear, do you call it clear blackblast again?
Yeah, it moves upward.
Yeah, it moves upward, but it moves more than just to where the 50 was. It moves a little bit more. Because the 50 is actually almost aiming down. But then it becomes like actual horizontal.
What you were saying.
But anyway, so if you're set for 100, you actually aim at the 100 line as well.
And then, does he have to call clear blackblast?
So the other thing is, you see that funnel on the sides? That's kind of the mills on this thing, which actually the plus signs are. So if you look at that, that is supposed to be, I think, the width of...
If the gunner goes down, we're gonna need to go through his inventory.
It kind of lies, but that's supposed to be the width of the BRDM or BTR. Is if it fits inside of that, then it's that range, right? So if you like backed up to where it sat in between the 2 lines, you're probably at a 150.
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha.
And then closer than that, it blows out from it. So.
Alright.
But then if you're looking, like if you look at the 2-wheel one up on the hill, that one fits right in the 150, although it lies. So it has to be a side range in order to get the right range from that. So vector wins, right?
Yeah, that's usually why we...
eyeballs suck.
86 meters.
Yeah.
Clear backblast.
Clear backblast. Clear backblast woods.
But anyway, yeah, it's been a long time since I had to do one of those manually. I just usually kind of whip it out and shoot it without hitting the range.
You tell your gunner that the backblast is not clear.
Eyes on.
When you say clear backblast, that the gunner might understand it as it is clear.
Would you use the math with the metric system or like the...
Yeah, with mills it's meters.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like a man-sized target at each
like...
yeah, one mil. Yeah, it's, man is 1.8 meters. So
by
100
or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So it's like you take how many mils is it, and then it's fractions of
you got fallen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, hopefully you guys all had decent time on the trigger with the law. Understand that out there in real conditions, you're not going to sit out there, dicks in the wind, fucking 2-3 minutes, talking to each other about how to get the perfect engagement, okay? It's going to be bullets flying overhead into your cover. If you step out there for more than 2 seconds, you will get destroyed. So what do you do in those situations? You stay in cover for as long as humanly possible, get all the information you can with quick peeks over or to the side of your cover. Get all the 3Ds. If you're the spotter, get all the 3Ds in one peek at a time. Get all those 3Ds to your gunner, to your AT guy, and then he pulls out the stick. Because in real conditions, there will be infantry accompanying those armor pieces, okay? They won't just go rush straight at you without any infantry support, most of the time. So you want to keep your security up with your rifles out, and then wait until you get all the 3Ds, and then you pull your AT stick out. You adjust your range while still in cover, and then finally, when you're ready, you peek out, you rocket right away, and then you get back into cover. You don't even wait to see and get a BDA, because while your rocket is traveling, their bullets will still fly at you, okay? And their bullets are a lot faster than your 66 millimeter rocket. Everybody tracking?
Yep, tracking.
All right, I think, what else do we have on the docket, Sergeant Henderson?
I don't have anything else. Looking at
So, Henderson, I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
So, let's say somebody called clear backblast, and somebody behind them isn't focusing or is not in their mind. What do they do?
They announce clear backblast twice, trying to get the person's attention as best they can. And if they don't move, they fire at the BTR or whatever it is, fire, and then deal with the deal with it afterwards.
Can you explain the logic behind that real quick?
Well, so 9 times out of 10, the threat of the armor piece is greater than that of whoever's not listening and paying attention. And almost every time that if you do knock somebody down, as long as you did it properly by calling your backblast at least, or clear my backblast at least 2 to 3 times, you know, they're not going to have much they can do about it, right? You told them to move to clear backblast, and they did not listen. Now, you have to be careful with that, right? Because it's kind of a double-edged sword. If you're over here like, clear backblast, clear my backblast, and the dude can't hear you, then you're probably going to get in trouble.
I appreciate the role play.
Yeah, thank you. But, you know, so make sure you do whatever you can to get their attention without, you know, taking 10 minutes. But after, I would say the second to 3 or 2 to 3 times of saying clear backblast, if they're not listening, you fire. To answer your question, Chief.
Yep, thanks, Sergeant.
If you use their name, it'll probably wake them up.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to, you know, call them by name. If they're close enough to you, run over and say, hey, the fuck out of the way. We're getting ready to shoot this armor piece. You're in the way. And they will usually move.
Thank you, Sergeant. And another question. Let's say you are aiming at an armor piece and that armor piece starts looking at you.
Shoot faster.
Yeah, no. Usually if it's turning its gun towards you, if you're not set up to fire, your best bet is to seek cover and try to get a different angle on it. Because even if you do happen to fire your rocket and hit it, that doesn't mean you're going to kill it, right? So you could shoot your rocket, hit it, and then it just looks at you like you're fucking dumb and then mows you down. So if it's already looking at you or if it's shooting towards you, you know, don't peek the corner. I once watched somebody get knocked unconscious, right? I'm going to break immersion here for a second, but he got shot by an armor piece, went unconscious. We pulled him back, got him treated. He went to the exact same corner that the armor threat was suppressing, peeked it again, and got knocked down again, right? Like, how does that make sense? If it's knows you're there, it's suppressing that area, why go back? So it's kind of that same thing, right? If it's looking at you and going to shoot you probably, don't stand there and try to 1v1 it. You're not going to win 9 times out of 10.
That's right. In the same vein, this isn't a single player game, right? This is a whole platoon, a whole task force, 60, 70 guys. You don't have to kill that armor piece on your own. Call up the chain of command to request someone else with a different angle to take it out for you. There's always other people around you. We don't fight fair. We don't fight one-on-one. Recruit Price, you had something?
Oh, no. It was going off of what the staff sergeant... Oh, no, sir. Sorry. Apologies, sir.
All right, no worries.
Recruit, you got something?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Are there enemy vehicles that we shouldn't use a law on?
Good question. Yeah. So, pretty much, I'm not going to go super in depth of it, right? Because there's a whole class essentially that you could take to go over all that. But anything that you could pretty much impact with your small arms, don't waste a law on. So the BRDM that was up there in the corner, shoot that with the law if you have to. The BTR, shoot that. Don't shoot like a gas or a UAZ, a supply truck, shit like that with the law. You're just wasting your stick at that point. Pretty much think if I'm driving a car, right, I'm gonna be able to pen it with pretty much any weapon system we have. Whereas, you know, if it's a BTR, I'm more than likely not going to be able to shoot that. Go ahead, Recruit Brown.
Earlier, you advised us we're allowed to pick up enemy weapons as long as team lead is okay with it. Does that go with RPGs as well?
So that kind of varies. The RPGs do. If your entire squad does not have an AT stick, they might let you pick up an RPG. If, like, let's say you're in Bravo team and the rifleman's the one that carries the AT stick. If the rifleman and Bravo already used his, but Alpha still has theirs, you're probably going to get told no. Now, if you and Bravo and Alpha use their AT sticks and you guys are kind of on your own, you could probably, you know, you'll probably get permission to pick it up. But anytime you're picking up anything enemy, it's always best to get permission through your COC. That way, if I hear an AK...
Keep in mind as well, There are some scenarios where asking for forgiveness is better than asking for permission. I'm not telling you that it's always better in that specific scenario where you have to pick an RPG, but when there is an armor piece directly engaging you and you don't have AT around on you, but there is AT around you, feel free to pick it up, engage the armor piece, and then communicate it afterwards. I'm not going to punish anyone for making the right decision in the heat of the moment, even if they don't follow the correct protocols. But only when it's appropriate, all right? You'll know when it's appropriate when you get there.
Good copy.
Thanks, Stanley. Yeah, any other questions regarding anything from day one, anything about day two, or what happens after day two?
Go for it.
Thank you. I was going to ask, was as far as after day two, for myself, as I have selected to be a pilot, what's the training pipe for that looking like?
So after day two, I will send you a link. I'm going to send all of you a link with where you report into. You'll have to wait for that day two to be processed by my chain of command. Once it's processed, we'll let you know, usually via Discord. And then that link will take you to where you report in. In your case, if you're wanting to be a pilot, you'll report into DECO, and then they will take you from there. Luckily, we have Chief Woods here. He can kind of walk you through that process a little better than I can. I know it's a 3-day course, in a sense, or a 3-phase course. So you'll have to go through each phase. They usually give you time to practice and kind of what they look for in each day, and go from there.
Yeah, flight school is pretty fucking hard. Keep that in mind. Unlike OSUT, you can fail flight school, and it happens all the fucking time.
Hey, firm. Recruit Rick Hart, did you have something first there? I seen you. The other recruit there that just crouched.
No, sir.
Okay. Recruit. Or was it? Was it you?
It was me. I was just wondering if is there a pass or fail in this OSOT course, or
generally speaking, not necessarily, not really. If you're here paying attention and doing what we're telling you, you're gonna pass.
Oh.
So after we get done with all the questions, you guys are essentially all done with day one. You passed. Just kind of answering any questions anyone has. So everyone's here.
Recruit Sarasi, you had something?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. If there's no further questions, congratulations on completing day one of OSUT. You guys are all now PV1s and cleared to change your rank in the TeamSpeak. Again, don't change it on the forum. That is done by S1, and the Discord should do it itself with a bot in a couple days. So don't worry about that one really either. My day two is going to be this Thursday, same start time, 1930 Eastern. If you can't make my day two, that's fine. If you can make another one in the coming weeks, that's also fine. Just let the instructor know you took your day one. You're going to come to their day two, and you do have 45 days from today to finish your day two, or you have to restart. All right.
Yeah, Sergeant. What's the content? Sergeant. What's the content in day two?
So day two, we go over formations, some of the more movements and stuff that we practice. We'll go over CQB, military and military operations and urban terrain. And then we'll end the day with some
air assault basics.
Air assault basics, thank you. Air assault basics, and then end on how to redeploy.
There are a lot more to day two, so make sure you're on time. We will start on time, and if you're late, you might get called or asked to attend a different day two. There's a lot on day two.
This was Thursday at 19.
1930. Recruit Brown, go ahead.
Will there be another mod set to download?
Negative.
Day two.
Negative. Nope.
They'll be on the same server.
Yep, same server. I can't control if they add mods or update mods. So just if you can, maybe that morning or a couple hours before, try to connect, get your mods going. That way you're all set, because we will start at 19:30 on the dot. If you're about 15 minutes late, they're 30 minutes late. Kind of depends how far we get in that time. You might have to take on their day 2 because there's, like Lieutenant Lee said, there's a lot in day 2, and it's more in-game stuff, right? As rather than me talking, we do a lot more stuff. It's not really something that you can miss.
Anyone else? Going once, going twice. You can also change your name in-game, set name, once again, to PV1 and then your unit name. Let's make sure the unit name is correct as well. For example, J.R. Brown, make sure you have some spaces in between those letters and the dots. But with that said, though, once again, this is the complete day 1. Rason Henderson, you had something?
Yeah, sorry, Recruit Pickle, can you stay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right.
I have another question.
Send it.
Go ahead.
Am I able to change it to just Brown?
Negative.
We have a lot of Browns in the unit. Trust me, we have a million fucking Browns. So we do ask that you put those initials in so we can distinguish between the Browns.
I do have a different... My Discord nickname is Beam.
Mm-hmm.
But in here, I'm J.R. Brown.
It'll get changed once you finish day 2. The bot will update your names on Discord automatically.
Okay.
Anyone else? Not seeing any. Feel free to stay behind if you want to practice with the various weapon systems, want to chat about the unit, want to ask any more questions that you weren't brave enough to call out here in the center of the crowd. But with that said, once again, it is the end